Good evening, chat. Now, the thing is, before we start the evening show, I lowered my computer chair slightly before starting because I felt like it was a little too high and the armrest was bumping into the bottom of my desk. Now, I have not seen how I look on camera since doing so if I happen to pivot to the face cam slide and I'm really McFucking short, do not laugh at me. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know what the fuck I'm worried about. Like, I barely feel like I did anything, yet somehow I feel like I'm mint mod height. I'm straight up like mint mogging you. Hi folks, welcome to stream. Do I even need to introduce it? You're already familiar with what this is. That's right, folks. It's the return of the woman, the womyth, the legend. XXX. Bekra XXX.
Not her name.
My three infernal co-hosts. Willamungus Castellino.
Okay.
Mintholomew Modaximus the 19th.
Okay.
Lauren.
That's me.
Great.
Got your ass.
I have also now realized I did forget to, in advance, correct the slide on one screen cam to focus on Coteries of New York, so it's probably not going to be there as soon as we tab over in chat. You need to be really nice to me while I freak out and try to fix it, okay?
What a professional.
You have to be really nice, okay? Yes, too big. Yay.
Oh my god. What kind of stream is this?
Listen, the vibes, this is absolutely within the vibes for what these streams have been.
Look, I try to set an expectation, you know? I try to, it's,
Consider mine exceeded.
you have to make sure that you hook them in like the first 30 seconds. I think it's like the first 5 seconds of the YouTube video where they click off. You gotta fucking jingle your goddamn keys. Because my beautiful chat has the attention span of Oh, Pyo, why'd you do that to me? Pyo. I'm not gonna say I wasn't expecting someone to do that. But why'd you do it to me, Pyo? Turtle, Emily, Smemily, Femily, Thembly.
Not her name.
Did you overwrite my pinned message? Yeah, that's what I thought, sweetie. I literally saw you. It literally said pinned by. Don't fucking lie to me. I
can literally hear her. No. I can hear it.
I'm bringing gasoline and a lighter. Anyways, folks, welcome to night 8. I'm wolfing the fuck out right now. So, I'm feeling... Oh my god, I forgot about this freak. Who are you? Somebody's watching me. I want to follow up on Faith and Mystery at some point. I'm kind of considering just ignoring It's a Kind of Magic. Just like accepting that right now because I am too intrigued by a lot of these side quests. Now,
Fair enough.
the other side of hope.
Please. No, please be gentle. Do someone else first, please.
Because it's the first half of the night. I think I shouldn't start with Faith and Myth because that's a double me slide. So chat, are we feeling D'Angelo or are we feeling something with a K, not Keen.
Tamika.
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 I'm like, there's a K. I thought it started with it. It didn't. So, Tamika or D'Angelo, are we feeling? Mitmod, you choose.
What do I gotta choose?
Because I asked you to.
I think we got. Did we get both of them last time, or did we just get Tamika at the end last time?
We got everyone except for Agathon.
We've done 2 Tamikas, and we've done 1 of D'Angelo and 1 of Hope.
Mm-hmm. And 1 of Benoit.
And 1 Benoit. We'll do D'Angelo then. We'll start making it even across the board.
Yeah, yay.
The gift that keeps on giving. It's been a while since you've heard from D'Angelo. Maybe he's busy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, or maybe he pissed off the wrong people and now he's rotting in a ditch somewhere. Either way, now's as good a time as any to check up on him. You make your way through the now familiar rusty maze to the grain terminal and up the stairs to D'Angelo's, office. This time, however, you find the room firmly locked. There's a note pinned to the door. You rip it off and scan the crooked lettering. I'm gonna let you read this, Will, because it's technically...
Oh. There's been another one at the scene now. Come to... What?
Bedstoy?
Bedstoy? Come to Bedstoy, corner of Pulaski and Garvey, ASAP.
Looks like D'Angelo could use your help. Better get going. As you approach the address D'Angelo gave you, a squad car passes you by, sirens blaring. Following it, you make a turn from DeKalb Ave onto Pulaski Street.
Okay.
Sure enough, be kind to me. Sure enough, the street is awash with red light, and the 4 or so police cars parked on the nearest corner next to an ambulance confirm that you're in the right place. Pulaski. You move closer to what appears to be New York's finest convention, looking around in the hopes of spotting the familiar, if not altogether pleasant, face. No such luck. True to his name, or true to his Nosferatu lineage, D'Angelo is nowhere to be seen. You stop on the sidewalk across the street, trying not to draw attention to yourself. All of a sudden, one of the cops standing by the entrance of the building looks straight at you. He does a double take as you instinctively look away. Bad move, you think to yourself, as you notice him making his way towards you. Not allowing panic to set in, you stand your ground, doing your best ordinary citizen impression. The cop waddles across the street towards you, his sense of authority putting that extra spring in his step. You try to remain calm, even as he puts his hand on his holster. Shit, you can't help but mouth the word. This is about to get messy. Suddenly he stops, as if instinctively realizing that he was just inches away from a grisly demise. He waves at you dismissively and yells in a thick Brooklyn accent. So, wife or Lauren, who wants to be the cop?
Oh.
None of you
Hey,
answered. Lauren, yeah.
This is an active crime scene. Be on your way.
Relieved, but trying not to show it, you put on your grumpy New Yorker face and start to walk away. As you make your way past the dark alleyway, someone grabs you by the arm and pulls you into the shadows. If the smell of cigars and cheap cologne don't give them away, the gravelly voice sure does.
Nice save. I mean, dumb to show your face around here in the first place, but still. Come on. I'm parked around the corner.
Before you know it, you're sitting in the passenger seat of a busted old sedan parked a half block away, giving you a nice view of the police gathering.
Hilarious.
Because it's we, so that implies D'Angelo's kind of into it. Wait, by we can take them, do we mean the cops?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Okay, why don't I talk to him? I might convince him to let us in. He gives you a look as though you just let rip a massive fart.
Right. Look, kid. It's not that I don't trust you, But how about we give that raw animal magnetism of yours a dry run, huh?
Pretend I'm one of the cops guarding the entrance. No. I think that's technically you. Pretend I'm
This
one of
is
the
technically
cops.
D'Angelo.
Yeah, but pretend I'm one of the cops guarding the entrance. Convince me to let you in. They definitely wouldn't let me in as a tenant. Evening, gents. Detective Kowalski. Looks like I'm late to the party. Mind filling me in?
Kowalski, huh? Never heard of you. What precinct? What's your CO? Who's your CO?
Eh.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Of course I am. So, what else you got?
I'm feeling the demons. How about you do your shadowy, skulky thing? Maybe you can find some way to let me in from the inside.
Shadowy, skulky thing? Jesus, kid. Childish phrasing aside, it's as good an approach as any, I guess.
Without another word, he gets out of the car and heads for the nearby back alley. You watch in silence as he disappears into the shadows. A minute passes, then another one, and another. You begin to worry. What if there were more cops inside? What if your moldy partner has gotten himself in trouble? Suddenly, a shadowy silhouette appears in one of the windows on the second floor. Looks like he's made it there after all. At least, you hope it's him. The shadow waves at you and points you to the corner of the building opposite the two cops. You get out of the car and quietly make your way towards the alley. Sure enough, you'll find the fire escape ladder has been conveniently dropped for you. Good work, D, you mumble to yourself as you climb to the second floor. Finding the crime scene proves easy enough. You just follow the yellow police tape, and before you know it, you're standing in the middle of what used to be someone's living room. The place has been completely trashed, knocked over, furniture, shattered glass, the works. Looking around, you notice a sign scribbled on a nearby wall. It reads, "His gift, our fate." You're no expert in typography, but the crooked letters look similar to the ones you saw back in Red Hook. Sure enough, there is very little in terms of blood, save for the occasional stain that's bound to end up on the carpet once you toss someone through a glass coffee table. D'Angelo leans against the doorway. He seems lost in his thoughts, sucking on his cigar compulsively and mumbling to himself, "Thank you for the subscription, Dion." You lean over a bit, trying not to make it obvious that you're listening, and you manage to catch the last few lines of his monologue.
Night's been kind to them so far, but the questions kept piling on, and now they found themselves amidst the wreckage of another life. It was up to them to sift through the debris and come up with a neat little pile of answers.
Suddenly he tenses up, as if sensing your eyes upon him.
Feel free to chip in, kid. Anything catch your eye?
Someone sure did a number on this place.
That they did. Any more to that thought?
The victim was fully conscious. If the killer's kindred, they're not too good at the whole vampire shtick.
Bingo. No properly fledged vampire would allow themselves to be this sloppy. God damn it, I hate where this is going.
Why? The thin blood angle seems to check out. Looks like you were right.
Yeah, well, this time I'd rather be wrong. Alright? Anyway, looks like we're not getting any more out of this place. No way around it. We gotta see the body.
You ever think for thin bloods, D? Because it looks like you're desperately trying to prove they're not involved in this.
Look, kid. The Duskborn have shitty luck as it is. If I'm gonna accuse one of them of breaching the masquerade, the least I can do is some goddamn due diligence.
I could feel, Will, I could feel you gagging the words out as you were saying them.
Yeah.
He shoots you a scornful look.
like a goddamn detective would.
He mumbles to himself for a short while, but ultimately he regains his composure and his train of thought.
Luckily for us, I might know someone who could get us an audience with our dearly departed.
To your surprise, he pulls out a cell phone, a busted old clamshell. He flips it open and spends a good minute browsing through the contacts, muttering to himself. Finally, he makes a call. Mitmod, I don't suppose that pot of coffee is finished brewing, has it? I don't mean to be a pain in the ass, but
I got you, boss.
seeing that we're
Be
currently
right
in
there,
the scene
boss.
that you want in.
Hey. You know who this is. Yeah. That favor you owe me? Time to deliver. Listen. No. I know you got a fresh one. The murder in Bed Stuy. I need to take a look. Yes, now. Yeah. You'd better.
With that, he hangs up and gives you his trademark wry smile. Wait, aren't cell phones an issue for the Camarilla?
Only if you tell him. Look, kid, I don't use it willy-nilly, alright? It's for special occasions. You don't always have time to throw fucking rocks at windows. Can you live with that? Or should I worry about being sent to the principal's office?
Relax, D. I'm not gonna rat on you. He shoots you a smile. For some reason, Jack, can we get some thank you mods? For some reason, it seems less crooked than usual.
Good to know, kid. Anyway, looks like my guy's gonna come through. Next stop, Kings County.
Kings County, the bleeding heart of Brooklyn. It's beaten as hot as ever, with ambulance after ambulance bringing in sick and wounded New Yorkers to be pumped through the tight arteries of the healthcare system. It's a dangerous place for a kindred to show their face, incessantly crowded and full of people who specialize in noticing all sorts of physical afflictions, especially the sort that make up the very essence of a vampire's existence. For instance, death. Thankfully, your business here tonight keeps you away from the hectic human hive of the ER. Instead, you follow D'Angelo to a relatively quiet part of the underground parking lot that's closer to your current point of interest, the Kings County morgue. Having found yourself a convenient and suitably unlit spot near the hospital wall, you wait patiently for D'Angelo's contact to appear. Every now and then, you glance over at the undead gumshoe as if to make sure his moldy mug isn't showing any signs of worry, or isn't. Or at least he's very good at... Hold on. Glance over as if to make sure his mug isn't showing any signs... Oh, it isn't. It isn't. Or at least he's very good at hiding it. Finally, after 30 minutes or so, a lone figure emerges from a side entrance. As the human-shaped shadow walks by, you're quick to recognize him as the EMT you saw back at the murder site. Clearly nervous, the 20-something-year-old redhead can't seem to help but look back and make sure no one is following him. Finally, he stops and lights up a cigarette. Without even looking in your direction, he takes a puff and exclaims, seemingly to no one in particular, "Room 112, you got 20 minutes." D'Angelo speaks without looking at you.
That's our cue.
You follow the faint detective through the same door the EMT walked out of. Luckily, this wing of the hospital seems unusually empty. Still, the confidence with which D'Angelo makes his way through the white and green corridors makes it clear he's been here before. Finally, he stops in front of one of the doors. Room 112. That's your stop. The room is small, with only one oversized freezer by the wall and a single slab mounted in its center. Sure enough, the body of a middle-aged man is splayed out on its steel surface. Even for a dead man, he seems unnaturally pale. Extreme blood loss will do that to you. Try as you might, you can't help but look at the man's face, his features twisted in abject horror. This was not a peaceful death. Looking closely, you notice 2 small puncture wounds on the victim's neck. If ever there was a clearer sign of a vampire attack, you've yet to see it. Looking over at D'Angelo, you notice his lips moving in a familiar fashion. He's narrating again. Before he can utter an intelligible word, you cut in with a remark. Jesus, the look on his face. It's like nightmare fuel.
No kidding. Which means he was fully aware all the way through. He knew he was dying. Which, combined with the blood loss and the teeth marks on his neck, confirms our hypothesis. We have a serial thin blood on our hands. Fuck.
As if on cue, the door swings open. A tired-looking man with a stethoscope around his neck walks in. With his eyes fixed on his clipboard, he doesn't appear to notice you. Yet. Letting your instincts take over, you pounce on the unsuspecting doctor, plunging your fangs into his aorta. The precious liquid tastes sickeningly sweet, making you feel a bit lightheaded. It appears the good doctor has been getting high on his own supply. It takes you a moment to get your fill, but when you're finally done, you immediately feel D'Angelo's eyes upon you. You start coming up with an excuse, but he just smirks.
You're quick, kid. I'll give you that. Beat me to it by a pube. Now, come on, let's get out of here. Time to pay our dear Primogen another visit.
I'm learning how to read the room and figure out when it's an appropriate time to feed around different party members. Robert Larson's home looks about the same as last time. No added security, no angry dogs prowling the yard. It appears that the thin-blood Primogen would rather risk another visit from his old pal D'Angelo than to arouse suspicion of his family and neighbors. Which is good, considering that that's what he's about to get. Sure enough, the light in Larson's study is on, and you even catch a glimpse of the man himself shuffling around the room. You look over to D'Angelo, wondering how you're going to get Larson's attention this time. Without a single word, D'Angelo walks over to a nearby street lamp and leans against it, making sure he's visible to any and all who happen to look. Looks like the time for subtlety is over. It only takes a couple of minutes for Larson to take notice. You see him lean against the window and storm out of the room in mere seconds. He is out in front and in D'Angelo's face. Why does everyone keep calling him Moldy?
Listen to me, you moldy fuck. I've had just about enough of your shit. You want to pester me, fine, but leave my family out of it.
For a moment, D'Angelo just stands there, motionless, allowing Lawson to get his frustrations out. Suddenly, he grabs the thin blood by the collar, lifts him off the ground, and smashes his back against the lamppost.
You finished? All right. Now you listen to me and you listen good. You think I'm enjoying this? You think I like being jerked around? You think I got nothing better to do than hang around this little puppet theater you've made of yourself? Now, either you give me a lead I can follow, or I'll start remembering things you'd rather forget.
For the first time since you've met him, Lawson looks speechless. His eyes wide with fear, he can only mutter under his breath.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me.
Cue awkward silence. You stand there, shifting your eyes from one vampire to the other. Guess it's time to either press the advantage or play the good cop. Take it easy, D'Angelo. Let's not make a scene.
Why not? I like making a scene. It's not like we're getting shit done. Might as well make a show of it.
If you want my help, put me the fuck down.
With his feet. Yep. Sorry, I just spit all over my keyboard. With his feet back on the ground, Lawson straightens his collar in a faint attempt at preserving some shred of dignity.
There's a place in Manhattan, Lower East Side, one of the few places in the city where my people can find shelter.
Yeah, I know it.
If you go there right now, you might find what you're looking for.
D'Angelo stares at him for a moment, just long enough to make it uncomfortable.
We'd better.
Finally, D'Angelo loosens his grip. You both watch Lawson limp back to his house, looking back over his shoulder like he's gonna tell the teacher on you. You look to your partner, meaning to ask what the whole things you'd rather forget deal was. As if sensing your curiosity, D'Angelo cuts in with a preemptive mutter.
Come on. We got what we came for.
As you reach the address Lawson gave you, you find yourself standing in front of what looks like an old garage. On the outside, the place looks as uninteresting as it gets. You think it abandoned if not for the few barely working lights illuminating its shabby facade. Once you're inside, however, if ever there was a place worthy of being called a wretched hive of scum and villainy, this is probably it. The room is littered with drunks and crackheads, humans and thin bloods alike, their minds lost in their cruel little worlds, their bodies splayed out across the floor. D'Angelo leans over and whispers in your ear.
Cover the back door. You stay near the front. Let's look around and see what we can find.
Before you can ask what exactly you're supposed to be looking for, D'Angelo disappears into the shadows. Doing your best to blend in with the crowd, which is fairly difficult considering your upright position, you slowly make your way across the large room. Not really knowing what it is you're looking for, you focus on the details. A knowing smirk, a hateful stare, anything that looks even the slightest bit suspicious. After a dozen or so empty stares, you're almost ready to give up when suddenly something catches your eye. A young, skinny woman hunched in the corner of the room. She gives you a bewildered look, a 1,000-yard stare that tells you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's probably her. As you walk towards her, D'Angelo emerges from the shadows right next to you.
Nice catch.
He kneels down beside her. You can tell he's trying to sound as comforting as possible, but with his gravelly timbre, it's not exactly working out.
Hey, it's okay. We're not here to hurt you. We just want to talk.
Mint Maud?
No. Don't talk. Too loud. Too loud.
She seems halfway out of it. It's like the lights are on, but whoever's inside is stumbling around after one hell of a bender.
All right. You like quiet? Got it. Can you tell me your name?
Anna. That's what he calls me.
Suddenly, you hear the door swing open behind you. Even though the night is fairly warm, a cold chill runs down your spine. You look towards the entrance. There's a young woman standing there, and something about her just screams kindred. Even though she seems comically overdressed for the situation, somehow you don't feel like cracking a smile. Whoever she is, you can tell she means business. She starts making her way towards the back of the room, not making any effort to sidestep any of the junkies and drunks. They all know well enough to get out of her way. Acting out of bravery or sheer stupidity, you walk up to her. She looks at you as if you were something she just scraped off her shoe. You smile nervously without even knowing it. As soon as you open your mouth, her hand shoots out, grabbing you by the throat. The woman looks at you, tilting her head as if examining a curious species of insect. Suddenly, her eyes shift as she notices something behind you. Her face turns from disgusted curiosity to sheer annoyance. Lauren, because we just gave Ileana the one.
Yeah? You.
Well,
Hey, Val. Sorry. I was writing her name down in the...
you are A-okay. I'm also turning down Ileana's voice a little.
Yep. Hey, Val. That's my assistant you got there. Do you mind?
She rolls her eyes. You feel the grip on your neck loosen, and you awkwardly fall to your feet. What's this game's obsession with terrifying redheads? She makes her way towards D'Angelo, pushing you aside like a rag doll.
Where is she?
Where? You're gonna have to be a bit more specific, darling.
Don't play coy, Guinea. The manslayer, I know she's here. A blood hunt has begun. By order of the prince herself, the girl is to meet her final death.
Hold your horses, honey. I'm conducting an investigation under the auspices of the sheriff. That counts for something, too.
Look, sweetie. I'm not here for some clit measuring contest. You want this to get ugly, be my guest. Otherwise, I suggest you step aside and let me do my job.
By all means.
So I am going to take this as a canon confirmation that D'Angelo is a trans man, and none of you can do anything to stop me.
Epic.
He steps aside in a comically exaggerated fashion. You look at the corner where you last saw Sana, but find no trace of the girl.
Well, I'll be. I could swear she was just there.
Valerie looks at D'Angelo. She smiles softly, but you can tell she's trying very hard not to rip his head off.
You'll regret this.
Story of my life.
Without another word, she turns on her heel and storms out. D'Angelo waves his hand in your general direction.
Come on, kid. Let's get out of this shithole.
As you emerge from said shithole, you feel the cool night breeze caress your face. It's soothing and almost makes you forget how shitty the last few hours have been. Almost.
Okay, kid. I know you've got questions, but it's getting early, and I don't feel like having a Q&A session right now. For now, you get one question. Make it count.
Will, do you have any input on which of these questions is most interesting to ask?
Ooh. Duh. Either one of the first two is the way to go.
It's still hard to believe that that girl is our killer. Do you know where she ran off to?
Not sure, but I might have some ideas. The important thing is, we know who we're looking for. Too bad Valerie knows it too. She's a scourge, kid. Part enforcer, part assassin, all-around pain in the ass. We'll be seeing more of her, you can bet on that. And before you ask, yes, we've run into each other in the past. No, I don't feel like talking about it. Alright, kid. I don't know about you, but I'm turning in. I'll figure some stuff out and keep looking for our girl. Feel free to swing by the office in a night or two.
And with that, he stumbles off into the distance, not even bothering to keep the shadows. Can't say you blame him, it really has been a rough night. Alright.
Okay. Valerie Duvall. Who was doing Valerie? Lauren.
Meep.
Kindred.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
Bro. I fucking just because I'm playing don't mean I'm not scared as well, bro. I'm here too.
That's fair. Do we want to get our second round of Faith and Myth? Do we want next round of Faith and Myth, or do we want the Battle of the Cloisters?
Ooh.
Chat, are we getting French and religious, or are we seeing hot dog women? And that's not a compound word. There is a space in there.
Oh my god.
No.
All right, chat is screaming for more Tamika time. The Battle of the Cloisters.
Oh god.
A tapping on the window. A small grayish bird flying off. A small piece of paper left on the windowsill. Prospect. ASAP. Damn. As you open the blinds, you're about to see a small grayish bird flying off into the night. Looking down, you notice a small piece of paper on the windowsill. Prospect. ASAP. Damn. We did just read this. Third time's the charm, you think to yourself, as you once again cross the gates of Prospect Park and head towards Tamika's camp. Words are fucking hard, and head for Tamika's haven. To your surprise, you find her out in the open, sitting on the lawn surrounded by a host of woodland creatures, birds and squirrels mostly. The critters each patiently await their turn as she flicks seeds at them. It looks almost whimsical in a twisted sort of way. Hell of a week, huh? How you holding up?
Well enough, all things considered.
She scatters the remaining seeds into the grass and hops to her feet.
I've been doing some digging. The Inquisition has a safe house up in Manhattan. I think that's where they're keeping him. The scarred one, I mean. I want to pay them a visit. Kill that thing and as many of those SI bastards as I can along the way.
Attacking a government safe house. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't that be considered a bit of a breach in the masquerade?
Yeah, that's the least of our worries. Throwing a legion of armed goons standing in our way and an all-powerful vampire's cherry on top. Look, I'm not stupid. I know it's risky as hell, and I'm well aware I might not be coming back. Still, it's something I have to do, with or without your help.
Just out of curiosity, does Raoul know about this master plan of yours?
He does now.
He emerges from the shadows a mere few feet away from you. Son of a gun finally managed to sneak up on you. Tamika eyeballs him as he gets closer. You've seen that look before. She's clearly asserting her position, but this time it comes off as a formality rather than an actual challenge.
How long have you been there, Raoul?
Long enough. I'm still not buying that whole scarred one bullcrap, but taking a bite out of the Inquisition's collective ass is just too good to pass up. I want in.
I feel like this dialogue doesn't match the thing we just got.
It's whether or not he believes the scarred one.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Who are you going to believe if not your sister? Why would she lie to you?
I never said she was lying. More like exaggerating just enough to keep me away from the action. 'Cause, you know, little old me couldn't possibly look after himself. Now, can we move this along? I'm itching to kill me some SI fucks.
Tamika, you got an opinion?
Guess I know who the alpha is around here.
Yeah, it's our turf! Fuckhead.
He should come with us. He's got the right to be there, to see the scarred one with his own eyes. Plus, my brother can be a pain in the ass, but he's one hell of a fighter.
There you go. Damn seal of approval.
It's settled then. Let's go.
Fucking finally.
And with that, you leave the relative safety of Prospect Park, steeling yourself for things to come. As you get closer to your destination, you get the sneaking suspicion that Tamika's been pulling your leg. Following a lead, you take a turn from Broadway into Fort Tyrant Park. Doesn't seem to make any sense, you think to yourself. There's only one spot between here and the Hudson River, but it can't be, can it? Sure enough, the stone facade of the cloister comes into view. Tamika motions at you to keep out of sight. How the hell is this well-known tourist trap a hideout for the Second Inquisition? Wait, isn't this place a fucking tourist attraction?
Only during the day. At night, it serves as a staging ground for the Inquisition. If my sources are to be trusted, and they usually are, squirrels and birds, those fucking bitches, they brought him here for what they call processing. I doubt they'll keep him here for long, though. If you want to get to him, it's now or never.
As if on cue, a group of armed guards walk out of the museum, pushing a gunnery with a large steel container on top of it. As they wheel it out into the open, a truck appears. What? Did I read something wrong?
Sorry, it was a gurney.
Gurney.
Not a gunnery.
My brains are stupid. I don't know what am I fucking reading today.
It's where I'm putting the guns at.
Yeah, it's where I'm putting the guns in my fucking brain pan. The operatives start preparing to load the crate onto the vehicle. You scan the area, trying to take a head count. Tamika beats you to it.
I count at least 7. Probably more inside. We should do this quietly and take him out one by one.
Raoul frowns.
I said we go in guns blazing, figuratively speaking. If there are more inside, let them come. The more the merrier.
This is the second time of the night. Why don't I talk to him? Why don't you let your friend XXX Becky XXX go and handle this situation? Also, I'm not a
Very
fighty
venture.
vampire. Tamika's right. We should go in quiet. Take them out one by one. No, Tamika nods in silence.
Fine. Then let's do this already. before you two bore me to final death.
Things I say before doing a terrorism. You split up, aiming to cover as much ground as possible. Sticking to the shadows, you advance, keeping track of one another's progress. You hardly even notice as Tamika takes out the first guard. Not a peep out of him. Trying to keep up, Raoul kills the one to your left. He's sloppy, takes his sweet-ass time bleeding the guy out. With his dying breath, the man lets out a yelp, drawing the attention of one of his comrades. With the guard fast approaching, you ponder your options. As the guard walks by, you leap out of the shadows and use the sharpest weapon you have on you, your fangs, to slice his throat open. With his windpipe severed, he lets out a silent gurgle as he expires. Carefully, you lay his dead body on the dirt. Looking to the side, you notice Raoul looking back at you. He nods, looking almost semi-impressed. 3 down, 4 to go. You keep a steady pace, moving across the courtyard, picking off guards one by one. Tamika does her part. 3 to go. Raoul gets messy again, at least this time he's quiet. With only 2 of them left, you pick one for yourself and gesture at your fellow ferals to take care of the other. Tamika's quieter, but Raoul's closer. Which one will you choose? You nod to Raoul. That's all the encouragement he needs, and you can see him grinning like an idiot as he sneaks up on one of the guards. The grin soon turns out to be very fitting. Instead of dispatching the enemy quickly and quietly, Raoul gleefully taps him on the shoulder. As soon as the guy turns around, the feral slashes him across the face. Feeling the gooey warmth of his own eyeballs in his cheek, the man lets out a blood-curdling scream. Startled, the final guard turns towards you. As all 3 of you approach him, the dire reality of the situation hits him like a ton of bricks. Paralyzed with fear, he keeps shifting his aim from you to Tamika to Raoul. He is severely fucked and he knows it, and since you're standing closest to him, you might as well do the honors. You walk over to the quivering mess that mere minutes ago thought himself the toughest of tough. Before he can react, you slap the gun out of his hands and lean in and smile. Boo. He jumps, almost comically, and starts running towards the front gate. He actually gets pretty far before Raoul catches up to him and breaks his spine with a crack. With the SI operatives taken care of, you turn your attention to the container sitting in the middle of the courtyard. Using your combined strength, you make quick work of the steel door. As you walk in, the moonlight from behind you illuminates a twisted figure huddled on the floor. It's hard to believe that the thing lying before you, beaten and tortured within an inch of its unlife, is the same creature you fought back at the cemetery.
What the fuck is that thing?
It's what happens when you lose it, when you let the beast take over. His lips move silently, as if searching for the right words. He looks to you, then turns to his sister, as if waiting for a sign. For a moment, Tamika just stands there. She looks down at the scarred one, the once fearful boogeyman whose very mention could strike terror in the hearts of a tribe, now reduced to a whimpering pile of flesh. Finally, she turns to you with a look of childish innocence mixed with confusion. Then she looks back at the scarred one. You can tell she's lost.
Damn. What the hell are you waiting for? Let's kill this thing and get out of here.
You sure that's what you want? Look at him. It's as if he's dead already. In all the ways that matter, anyway.
You fucking kidding me? We came all this way just to back down now?
Stop talking.
She's quivering, clenching her fists. You can tell she's about to reach a decision. Look at him, Tam. There's barely anything left. Is he really worth it? Suddenly, the very air around you seems to thicken. You look over to Tamika. She's not quivering anymore. She looks down at the mess of flesh and fur curled in the steel floor. Her voice is calm and quiet.
No, he isn't.
You both turn to walk away when suddenly you hear a pained yelp, followed by the sound of a body drop into the ground. You turn back to see Raoul standing over the dead husk of what was once the mighty scarred one. In one fluid motion, the boogeyman's neck has been twisted off his shoulders.
Oh.
You had your shot, sister. I took it for you.
I hope you don't come to regret it. Standing outside of the steel container, the three of you take a moment to gather your thoughts. You look at one another, at the blood staining your hands, clothes, and faces in the pale moonlight. It appears black and shiny, like a fresh ink stain on a fresh sheet of paper. Without another word, you head back towards the city lights. The journey back takes longer than it did in the other direction. With bits and pieces of the Second Inquisition still stuck to your clothes, you decide to play it safe by sticking to back alleys and cutting through dark corners of the city. Tamika stays several steps ahead. Both you and Raoul are quite contented to follow her lead. You can tell that these last few nights have taken a toll on her, but not necessarily in a bad way. She seems stronger, somehow. Confident. More attuned with herself. Soon the awkward silence proves unbearable enough that you're willing to risk making small talk with Raoul. You know, I'm still not sure I understand what happened back there.
You wouldn't. It's not something one of your lineage could understand. Our lineage, we have a special relationship with the beast. We can either let it control us, or become attuned to it. It's a constant struggle, marked with difficult choices. I think Tam just made one of them. And so did I.
Pondering what you've just heard, the rest of the trip barely registers. To your surprise, you suddenly find yourself back at Prospect. Tamika keeps whopping. She strides through the park gates like a queen of old, returning after a victorious conquest. You want to call out to her, but Raoul stops you with a gesture.
Not yet. Give her some time to process all this shit. She'll let you know when she's ready. And hey, you did all right. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're still an asshole. But yeah, thanks.
He smiles at you. Wonders never cease.
See you around.
And with that, he follows in his sister's footsteps. A weird smile creeps onto your face as you meld into the New York night. But before we go to bed, is the dictionary!
Oh.
Blood hunt, baby!
Blood hunt. A punishment sentencing a vampire to final death at the fangs of their peers. The code of the kindred in the system for punishing transgression is the law of retaliation. And will.
Scourge. An executor. Subordinated directly to the prince.
Kadir al-Asmai, the sheriff of New York City, is knocking at the door to your haven.
Yay.
The sight comes as more than a little shocking. If he had any business with you, you'd expect to have seen him already inside, or never see him coming at all. Yet there he is, on the other side of the peephole, patiently and politely waiting for you to let him in. Bro's got mythic folkloric blocks. You carefully unlock the door and face him in silence.
Evening. May I come in?
You simply stare at him. Your lack of an answer doesn't faze him, and your lack of resistance as he starts walking inside has obviously been interpreted as a permission. Once inside, he starts looking around as you cautiously stay by the door.
Haven't really had time to make this place your own yet, have you? Feels like Langley's apartment through and through. Secluded study where nobody studies anything. Look at the books on this shelf. Obviously meant to impress guests, not to be read. They reveal nothing about their owner aside from the aching desire to be taken seriously as an intellectual.
He picks one of them up and smirks before putting it away.
The phenomenology of spirit, next to all this garbage poetry. We can make a bet. If she's read more than 20 pages, I owe you $50 and a gallon of blood. The kind of place that self-professed hermits entomb themselves in to suffer. Considering how much you have to run around these nights, you probably only use it to shelter from the sun and rest, right?
Even though he's obviously making an effort to come off as non-threatening, it's impossible to forget the first impression he made. You still see him as the fierce predator trying hard not to expose his true colors. You sense a familiar fight-or-flight response as you struggle to find a diplomatic answer to his last question. If Kadir is bothered by your silence, he doesn't let it show. He keeps walking around, toying with whatever catches his eye. Eventually, he speaks up again.
Watch any baseball lately? If I had to guess, you strike me as a Red Sox fan.
Now he's inviting you to talk in a more direct manner. You attempt to overcome your physical reaction to him and reply as casually as you can. Your mind keeps going back to the night when everything was changed forever. Waking up in hell with a body next to you, spending a night in that underground sweatbox, unsure what will happen next. The endless car ride. 3 strikes, a bloodthirsty crowd. That blade. A rebirth, baptism by fire, a frightening executioner who made sure that the flame scarred your spirit. As you look into his face, you realize he's read the emotions from yours.
Not in the mood to exchange pleasantries, hmm?
There is no animosity in his voice. He's just stating a fact.
Let me get straight to the point, then.
He momentarily stops caring about the surroundings, turning all of his attention to you, and demanding the entirety of your intention in return.
You see, there's something I've realized over the years. In large part, I may have been hired just to look menacing with a sword, but my job is all about seeing through bonds and relationships. The Camarilla would be safe as long as its members adhered to certain social contracts, making their dealings and affinities plain for everyone to see. But that, obviously, remains a pipe dream. This is a community of born conspirators, overly ambitious gangsters and politicians, monsters in denial, all sorts of tragically broken individuals. They are driven by desires that make them incompatible with the masquerade, incompatible with prolonged survival of the Camarilla, incompatible with methods I use to operate. And so, I am doomed to be like a cop, constantly insulted behind my back, maybe for a good reason, but immediately called for help whenever someone loses their tableware. Or like an Agatha Christie protagonist, outwardly assisted by everyone but constantly lied to about everyone's pasts and motivations, even if my failure to solve the mystery might be the end of us all.
He tries to sound like he's peacefully resigned to his fate, but it's easy to detect a tinge of regret in his voice. A voice belonging to someone who once had bigger ambitions than this. What broke him?
So you see, for this detective, the why done it is far more important than who done it or how done it. When you understand all the players and their mutual obligations, you easily understand every crime. But of course, the kindred know it, so they devise ways to make my job much harder. Just like conspiracies between 2 unrelated actors that depend on scratching each other's backs for mutual security. Or they enforce a blood bond to make someone unexpected their thrall. A boss serving their employee, a rebel serving a tyrant, just because one is regularly being forced to drink another's blood. What has Sophie seen in you? Why does the prince keep asking me about your actions? How come you're being pushed to build your own coterie so fast? You are surrounded by unclear motivations which you yourself don't understand. That unnerves me. And it should unnerve you as well.
Oh? And what are your motivations? Finally, you manage to raise your voice. Kadir notices the effort and smiles softly.
So you haven't gone mute since the last time I saw you. Good. Well, I'm here for a selfish reason. I need to develop a rapport with you to better fulfill my obligations. The last time we met, I couldn't see you as my equal. Now that you've been accepted into the Camarilla, what choice do I have? I'd understand if you didn't want to see my face again, but I'm one of the faces of the New York City community, and as long as you're a part of it, it's going to be impossible to avoid me.
Oh no.
Especially...
I said, oh no.
Oh no. Especially when I have business with you, and I do. As you might have guessed by now, one of my tasks is uncovering and understanding your bonds, and one of them might endanger our community.
Well, that's not menacing at all. Who's he talking about? Is this about Kaiser? Kadia shakes his head.
That leper is bad news if you ask me. But who doesn't trade information with him these days? No. They're not a major player.
He produces a file from underneath his coat and passes it to you.
This is our troublemaker.
You open the file to see some printed photos. You freeze up as you recognize the face and are overwhelmed by a flood of repressed memories.
Don't worry about it.
Newman!
What?
Benjamin Newman.
Benjamin Newman.
The asshole who made the last few years of your life a living hell. The sexual harassment, the mobbing, the way he kept delegating all of his obligations to you without ever letting you reap the fruits of your labor. The way he stole your soul. Goddamn prick. You look up at Kadir, expecting answers.
Apparently, your company is in trouble. Lots of financial irregularities, and Mr. Newman is all too happy to testify that the one employee who's just suddenly disappeared is to blame. The story is as fishy as it gets, but your disappearance is being investigated, and a lot of people are searching for you. It attracts attention to us, and as such, it must be stopped.
Must be stopped sounds threatening. You dread thinking about what he's planning.
I'll arrange for you two to meet tomorrow so that you can straighten the situation out and say goodbye to the life that you've forsaken.
Arrange what? Your eyes must look like saucers right now.
Usually, these matters are left to my discretion, and I can't think of an easier solution. The lost sheep reappears, takes care of unfinished business, and disappears, never to be seen again. Nobody cares. It's simple. It's clean. No contrived schemes, no unnecessary victims. And it gives me an opportunity to learn more about you as I observe. When neonates interact with kine, they used to hold dear, their true natures are laid bare for everyone to see.
Of course he's invested in being kind to you. Or he's making clear his self-serving intentions that you don't start figuring them out for yourself.
Any objections?
Any alternatives are probably worse. You shake your head.
Very well. I'll arrange a meeting and drive you there tomorrow. Better come up with a load of bull that's easy to swallow.
He disappears from the apartment, leaving you as confused as the last time he closed the door on you. God damn it, you need to think it through.
God, it's so funny.
It kills me every time.
It's just the fact that he has a really thick neck and like a lot of jowl. And,
Why is he so big?
Newman!
And like the background of the,
Yeah.
it's the perfect shit post.
Along with like ...
Yeah.
Pio, you've been on your clip game tonight. Can you clip us with the Newman jump scare? For a long time, you just sit in your haven, lost in your thoughts, thinking about how revenge is a dish best served cold. Well, there goes the first half of our night, but I want to talk to Frenchie. Permission to be French?
You have permission to be French. Yeah.
Yuck.
Faith and Myth, Part 2. Benoit Sagal wants to meet you again at the cathedral. You wonder whether the mysterious priest will be there. You've started to look at the churches differently since your last encounter with Benoit. You're not sure what happened inside, but it was unavoidably real. You felt it. When Benoit mentioned that being in the presence of Father Anthony's faith would eventually kill someone like you, an undead being, you believed him. It doesn't seem to be very common, though. In New York, you pass through thousands of people every night, and none of them have made you feel so afraid and insignificant. If you were to encounter someone like Father Anthony in the subway or a nightclub, you would know. There are many churches in the 5 boroughs, and you're pretty sure that most of them don't contain someone whose faith can touch you in this way. Yet you've become wary. They just might. Still, tonight the cathedral looks as before, a striking landmark acting as a symbol of faith for people who have no idea that vampires exist in their midst. For them, questions of faith and myth are theoretical or philosophical. For you, those same questions suddenly define the meaning of your new existence. You sneak into the cathedral like an old hand. Yeah, like an old hand, as if going to church had been a regular part of your life. Inside, the cathedral's almost deserted. You're not sure if you'll be meeting Benoit alone. The idea of feeling Father Anthony's faith on your undead flesh freezes you with terror. Benoit's waiting for you in the front pews of the cathedral, in the exact same spot where you saw Father Anthony. Worried, you approach, but you don't feel a touch of faith. You don't feel the touch of faith that shook you before. Benoit nods as you sit next to him in the pew. I don't like this, Benoit, but I guess a lot of kindred are worried about what we really are. You can walk away. Many of our kind choose to live in ignorance for what it really means to be damned. You've had some time to think, and I'm guessing you found the touch of Father Anthony's face hard to ignore. For most people, God's presence isn't a question of faith. When I talk with Father Anthony, it feels like proof. Benoit is fervent, intense as he speaks. It's clear these questions have consumed his existence. Perhaps they'll consume yours, too. Even if we don't believe this is kindred culture, our shared stories about where we came from, right? That's one way to look at it. All religions can be reduced to cultural myths if you are so inclined. Personally, I think the reality of our condition proves that it is more than myth. Benoit looks around reflexively to make sure nobody's listening. There are only a few people in the enormous cathedral, and they don't seem to be interested in 2 loners murmuring to each other in the front pew. It might seem like ancient history, things that happened thousands of years ago, but time works differently for our kind. If the stories are true, then there are Methuselah still in existence who walked the earth when Jesus was alive. The only problem is that old vampires lie. They are just history to suit their egos. Surely something was written down before the masquerade was established. Of course, the Tremere have many interesting manuscripts in their libraries. I've seen a few. If you have the chance, I'll recommend looking at them. That is how the story goes. Or this is how the story goes. God cursed Cain as punishment for the murder of Abel. Cain walks the night shunned by humanity and drank blood to sustain himself. Even from the point of our origin, we are damned. However, the story becomes really interesting when we move forward. Cain creates more of our kind, often referred to as the 2nd generation. They lived in the fair city, later called Enoch, ruling openly over the city's human inhabitants. I see the fair city as Cain's redemption, cursed by God to one day he remade himself as a ruler and lawgiver, acting as an immortal shepherd to humanity. It only started to go wrong once the 2nd generation begat the 3rd, and vampires started to run amok. What happened to the first city? It was lost in the deluge. Noah had his ark to save him, but our kind had to rely on the gifts of blood. If you're skeptical about this piece of history, remember that even a local flood can bring massive destruction. After the first city, Cain largely departs history. Perhaps he was disheartened by the depredations that his descendants, the antediluvian, depredations of his descendants. The antediluvians went on to build their second city, in imitation of the first, but it is doubtful that their rule was just. There are more people moving in the cathedral. Both you and Benoit have made sure none get close enough to hear you talk. Many of the people you've seen have been elderly or disabled, so it's not surprising that you hear the squeak of a wheelchair. What alarms you more is that you overhear an older woman speaking with a Russian accent mention Father Anthony. Mintmod, you haven't gotten to speak much. You're muted if you don't know. Has she abandoned us? Has the light of God gone dim? Does mine dearest, my beloved... Oh, I just heard the sound of a toilet lid closed downstairs. She was most likely pissing. This is a rather contrived situation. Lauren, it is your time.
Oh. Let's find Father Anthony and see if he can help us. From what I've heard, he's an exceptional man.
Incredible Russian accent. You turn to look and see two men and a woman. You turn to look and see two men and a woman. All three are in their 50s, clearly well worn by life. One of the men pushes the woman in a wheelchair. She's dark-haired and intense, seemingly only half in this world.
That could be...
Here, you can be Dean Winchester on his... You can be fucking Dean Winchester on his 7th year of ketamine.
Me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yes, Sam. Thank you, Turtle.
I don't think I have a Jared in me, but okay. Yeah, exceptional. But he doesn't like moles.
The speaker is the speaker is shorter of the men, more animated and worried. He's probably a strong man in his youth, perhaps even an athlete. His voice carries a Midwestern accent.
We're only interested in whether he likes blink bodies.
You and Benoit look at each other. This is bad news. Whoever these three are, they can't be good for you. We need to get out of here. Let's meet outside. You decide to stand up and walk right past the three mortals, hoping they don't realize what you are. Pretending to be mortal is second nature to all vampires, or at least it should be. Besides, not long ago you were a perfectly ordinary human. You adopt the oblivious smile of someone who doesn't suspect that anything might be amiss in God's house and take a few steps towards the aisle. Now that you get a better look at them, the three mortals approaching you have an aura of experience about them. They look like they've seen a thing or two and emerged alive. Both men have stubble and overgrown haircut have the stubbles and overgrown haircuts of those whose lives are consumed by an obsession. The woman looks at you casually, then stares. She has a gray quilt on her knees. You've never met a mortal who knew how to deal with the world of the kindred. Something tells you that these three just might. Panicking, you turn around and start walking briskly towards the side of the cathedral away from the three. You don't want to attract attention to yourself, so you pick up a brochure detailing how you can donate money to the cathedral. You pretend to study the leaflet and hope the three turn their attention away from you. The wait seems indeterminable, but you know you can't appear hurried. Be casual and you'll make it out. After a while, you sneak a glance and see the three of them where you were just a short while ago around the front pew. Discreetly, you tuck away the brochure and stroll casually down the side aisle towards the exit. That was a close call. Fuck you, Benoit. First time I met you, there's this priest. Now we almost got busted by whoever the fuck those three were. I'm off. Before Benoit has time to answer, you start walking down the street. Whatever the real truth behind vampires and faith may be, they clearly bring too much trouble with them. Benoit calls after you. Please, this wasn't my intention. Come back. Yeah, pretty sure Benoit is sincere in not wanting you to get killed. He just wants someone to talk to. You let him catch up to you. For a second, Benoit looks at you as if he was wondering whether he should say something. This is one thing I always wondered about the story of Cain. The traditions of the Camarilla put a lot of faith in the relationship between sire and child. You're supposed to follow the example of your maker, yet Cain did not really seem to care for the vampires he embraced. Did he think it was a mistake to create our kind? We should all make our own way in the world. All this talk of Cain, sires, and child will make me think we're bound to this hierarchy forever. We are, my friend. We are. Unless you want to go to the Anarchs. You know, I'm Sophie's child and you're her protege. It's amazing that we share an appreciation for the mythologies of our kind, considering Sophie has little interest in the questions of the spirit. You stare at Benoit. You knew there was something he wasn't telling you, but in all the talk about Cain in the first city, you forgot about it. Now the only question is, what does this mean? Does Sophie know her child is talking to you? Probably not. Don't hold it against me, but I admit finding some pleasure in seeing you suffer the effects of Father Anthony's faith. I suppose that's the demon in me. Fuck you! That was not okay! Do that again and I'll make sure you regret it. You'll get over it. You know, we should meet again. We've talked so much about the myth, but maybe that's cowardly when the reality of fate is right in front of us. I'll introduce you to Father Anthony. You nod, unsure whether that's a good idea. Benoit walks away and you follow his example, not wanting to hang around the cathedral any longer. Dictionary! Alright, we start with Ileana.
Oh, fun one to give me. Blood bond. A mystically enforced relationship between a vampire and another, mortal or kindred. Drinking the blood of a vampire directly from the vein 3 times creates an intense loyalty in the drinker, resembling infatuation or obsession. The bond loses its grip with time, but it's reinforced by repeated drinks from the donor vampire.
Lauren.
Neonate. A young kindred, recently embraced, but more than a fledgling.
Will.
Me? It's your turn.
Yeah, but I wanted to take Antediluvians to make you mad.
Oof.
Okay. Generation. The number of steps between a vampire and the mythical Cain. How far descended from the first a given vampire is. Low generation provides great power, just as it does a stronger curse and hunger.
See, I knew it would be one thing, so I don't know why.
Antediluvians, the progenitors, members of the
Antediluvians.
dreaded
No.
third
No, you gave it to
generation,
me.
and the founders of the 13 vampire clans.
Fuck.
You did not
Choose
want your
love!
you did not want your muse. So I killed you. I killed you. That's not true.
Come back to us.
As if you would forsake the opportunity to voice more D'Angelo tonight. I'm not buying your fucking bluff,
Yeah.
bitch boy.
Yeah.
Knock knock. You'd ask who's there, but you don't know if the sheriff of New York City would play along. When you open the door, you see him toying with the car keys he's holding in his hand.
Ready to go, fledgling?
You don't feel like it, but you give him a nod nevertheless.
Excellent. Stay close.
He leads you down to the vehicle he's parked nearby. Once again, he takes the wheel, literally and figuratively. Everything inside is just the way you remember it, down to the rearview mirror reflecting the intense stare of your guide. However, I love that it's just his normal model, just like clipped to be his eyes.
Yeah.
However, the trip itself feels notably different. The last time Kadia drove you around, he was forcibly dragging you away from your old life. This time he's pulling you back into it. God damn, Newman. You're getting violent just thinking about him.
Let me tell you how it's going to go. As I said, I've arranged a meeting between you and your kin. It's going to take place somewhere you should know very well. I'll watch over you two from a safe distance and make sure you adhere to the rules. You should know those very well, but I'll reiterate, just so you can't ever say I didn't warn you. Don't do anything that would violate the masquerade. Don't establish some secret routes of contact. I will know. Do treat it as the last time you two will meet. Take this chance to wrap everything up. Here's your story. You're fine, found yourself at a crossroads, decided to radically change your life and move out of the city. The subway is unbearable, the rent is too high, they've heard it all. However, you do not appreciate being accused of a crime you didn't commit, so you're back, both to clear your name and strike fear into the heart of the real culprit. By now, you should know how to cause fear among the living, right?
He smirks at you.
Have fun. As long as you don't leave a mess for me to clean up, we should be good.
The car makes a sudden turn.
I'll leave the finer details to you. Just be so kind, and don't make me regret it.
You can sense he's going out of his way for you, but doesn't try to force you into gratitude by stating it plainly. If you know, you know. He'll see if you're worthy of his aid.
We're here.
You take a look around and recognize your destination. He was right. It is a familiar place. It's the office in which you wasted the best years of your life.
Newman should be up there. Apparently someone is blackmailing him with documents proving his penchant for embezzlement. The poor guy is stuck in his office and he's probably pretty shaken up. The documents don't exist. But it would be a shame if someone went there, wiped the floor with the man, found proof that he pilfered the funds, and forced him to admit his crimes.
He turns off the engine and relaxes comfortably in his seat. You silently leave the car and head straight for Newman's office. The elevator ride up just doesn't seem to end. After what feels like 5 hours, but in reality is closer to 30 seconds, you finally reach your floor. Your ex-boss is sitting in his office, just like Kadia said. He looks, how can you put it? As if he just Googled body language of alpha males and attempted to poorly copy the most cartoonish posture in order to intimidate the blackmailer. Out of habit, you take a deep breath as you step inside his office. So, Newman, I assume, was not the voice at the start of the game, right?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a human. His eyes aren't glowing.
So this is going to either Mintmod or Lauren. Ileana, you've had almost no dialogue today. Do you want to be Newman?
You give me an offer I can't refuse. Okay. That's the best I got, so this is what we're sticking with, alright?
All right.
XXX Becky XXX.
He immediately relaxes. Oh, it's just XXX Becky XXX. His eyes say as a sly grin appears beneath him.
Forget to ask for a vacation? People were worried, you know. Not to mention overworked to hell and back. Then overworked some more. Someone had to take over your responsibilities.
Turn your volume down a little bit.
I could turn down my mic if you
Oh, I already.
want to.
No, I can manually hand it on my side.
Okay. And guess what? Just as we start digging into your work, some unexpected financial irregularities started popping up. We'll need to work on a common story to explain those, you see.
You keep quiet just to stare him down. The poor idiot still thinks he's the predator in the room. Let's see how long it takes for him to realize his mistake. Newman senses that you're different somehow. He attempts to stare back, but fails to withstand your glare. He starts to wonder what's going on and quickly arrives at a conclusion.
Wait a second. So you're the one who sent me that message? Now that's a laugh.
He starts approaching you.
Sweetheart, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. You think you could convince anyone that you never knew what was going on around here? Fat chance. And even if you did, you know my friends. They'd never let you live it down.
He's right in front of you, licking his lips, pondering the best way to display his complete physical superiority. You won't give him the chance. Before Newman blinks, you're standing in front of him with your arms crossed. After he blinks, your hand is already on his throat. He freezes up. He watches you get in his face and slowly brandish your long, long fangs. A loud, throaty, inhuman growl rings out throughout the office and begins to morph into a violent hiss. For a moment, your ex-boss can't identify the source of the overwhelming sound, or rather his brain refuses to accept that your relatively small body is capable of generating a noise like this. As he begins to understand and process the unnatural sight of your fangs, he is gradually overpowered by an animalistic fear that shatters his entire worldview. You were supposed to be a victim. Why are you with Rhett? Why did reality break? You slowly tighten your grip on his neck, not hard enough to trigger a fight response, but enough to strike deeper fear into his heart. Kneel. Newman complies with your demand, squealing softly, a single tear making its way down the stubble of his cheek. Obey.
I'll do whatever you want. Just kill me, please.
You gather your strength and throw him, slamming him against the desk.
Fuck.
A born boardroom predator has met his better in the place he least expected it. You slowly start walking towards him.
Stop. I'll get it. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
With shaking hands, he scrambles towards a safe on his shelf. He opens it and takes out some documents inside.
This is what you want, right? This is what you want.
You rip the papers from his hands and browse them. These should be enough to, as Kadir would put it, prove his penchant for embezzlement.
I'll clear your fucking name. Tell somebody else.
You twist your heel into his hand. He screams.
Did it. I'll tell him I did it.
If you don't, I'll visit again. You walk into the elevator and press the ground floor button and wave at Newman as the doors start closing. He mumbles something under his breath and winces in pain. Back to Kadir's car. Once you close the door, he instantly puts his foot on the gas pedal.
Walking off the pitch with no regrets. Said everything you had to say.
I wiped the floor with him and got the documents. That should keep him in check. That asshole will be looking over his shoulder constantly for the rest of his life. Kadir smiles deviously.
Looks like you can take care of business. As expected. I don't need to tell you to hang on to those documents, but keep in mind that you can use them for more than a security guarantee. We're always looking for more contacts among the big fish. Once you settle in, you can use what you know of Newman to convince the elders that he's better off as your ghoul, if you'd like.
Now that's an enticing thought. You're surprised at his suggestion. The car speeds up to cross an intersection before the light turns red. You give Kadir a good hard look. Thanks.
Why are you mean to me?
It doesn't feel like, how do you call it, a very vampire thing to say, but you say it nevertheless. He's visibly taken aback, and his usually furrowed brow smooths out for a moment. Then he takes on a serious, slightly sorrowful expression.
Don't suck up to me, kid. Mr. Bad Guy is still here. And, without a doubt, he will go back to decapitating suckers like you any time now.
The car starts slowing down.
We're here.
You look out the window and see a haven.
Take care. I'll see you around. Just pray I don't have to see you too often.
You leave the car and start walking to your haven, thinking about Kadir. Can't say you're fond of him with the welcome he gave you and all. But after tonight, you can't say you aren't either. You're gonna need some more time to understand him, that's for sure. Well, now it's like Lauren's been deprived. So, do we just want to finish out? Well, no, because if we finish Tamika, then Lauren's gonna run out of shit to say too soon.
Oh.
Do we want to do the other side of hope?
Ooh.
Or we can do Somebody's Watching Me, Part 1.
It
Nightcore
always
Remix.
feels like.
It always feels like.
Kind of feels like we are D'Angelo, and we're looking at Matin Bridge. Come on over. I don't know, one of you kids pick. No, it's not your job. Mintmod went through all that effort to figure...
I've got my list. Because
Good,
I've got a
good.
theory about how the groups of voices are set up, and I'm gonna test it now on round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
The other side
I
of
think...
Hope.
No, go ahead.
The other side of Hope. Hope is about to head out into the city, accompany her and see her true face. When you get out to the internet cafe, Hope is already waiting out front. The sight catches you off guard as a part of you suspected that she might be more of a shut-in, my haven is my castle type.
God damn it, it's a new voice!
Yeah.
Schumacher implies German if you want something.
Perfect timing! We need to go for a ride. Get in, get in, get in!
She doesn't wait for your response and jumps in behind the wheel of a lavender vintage roadster instead. The engine starts roaring expectantly, causing everyone's heads to turn. Not wanting to attract needless attention, you quietly slip into the back seat of the car. The moment you shut the door behind you, the vehicle sets off, tires screeching.
It never stops. You-
Oh, I see! Sorry for not bringing you up to speed first, but hey, this is NYC! Everyone's always in a rush, and this is even more true when you're kindred. Now, allow me to take care of some business, and I'll be right with you.
Even as she's zooming through traffic, she's still on a phone, of course. Nice car. How do you afford that? Vroom, vroom, beep, beep.
Ew, the lavender really brings out its character, doesn't it? After affording things in this city, it's pretty hard. You gotta be at the top of your game at all times. Might as well explain my business plan to you while I'm at it.
Discuss Bitcoin.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, BTC.
So, another extremely online malk based in New York goes by the name of Dev Null. Told me to Google Ethereum a few years ago. That's how I got into Bitcoin. Motherfucker. And I found a new religion. 23-year-olds selling visions of governments replaced by benign code and decentralized consensus. Masses ruled by algorithms as just as the laws of physics.
He's so funny.
Idiot man-child investors trying to shape their realities through sheer fanatical zeal and dedicated collectors of things as abstract as rare SHA-256 decryptions. I don't know if I said that right.
The
Fuck.
driving style is far more aggressive and dangerous than you're comfortable with. Is it just you, or does she peek into the rearview mirror more often than she looks straight ahead?
Type of speculative environment where nothing has real value, only abstract beliefs matter, and your life savings can be ruined by a single bullshit tweet. How can I refuse the allure? Started buying low and selling high on a variety of shady 24/7 exchanges that allowed me with 100 times leverage, as in they'd lend me is it supposed to be 100x or 100 times?
Yeah,
I assume
100
it's
times.
100 times.
Yeah.
They'd lend me 100 times the capital I could bet with. I got lucky at the beginning and kept the ball rolling, shorting and longing impulsively, recklessly. I got to the point where I became too big to fail. And that's when I cashed out.
The car comes to an abrupt halt. You bump against the seat in front of you.
Okay, this story will be continued later. We're here, right at our first stop. I'll need you to do me a favor.
First stop.
Yeah, I need to run a few errands tonight. This one is as simple as it gets. See that weird guy in a Yankees cap standing around the corner? Approach him. Tell him you're...
At young hot petite ingenue.
Young hot petite ingenue.
I just said
I'm
it.
losing my damn mind. Approach him. Tell him you're a young hot petite ingenue. Take the phone he gives you and bring it here. Get going, honey. It's illegal to park here.
Crazy fucking line to read in that voice. You jump out of the car and approach the man. Hope has pointed out. Not a lot you can tell about him based on his appearance, aside from the fact he seems pretty shady. The guy assumes a comically threatening pose as you approach him. Lauren?
The hell do you want?
I'm a young, hot, petite ingenue.
Oh, gotta admit, I got no idea what ingenu meant, so I had to make sure. I was about to Google it, you know.
He takes a phone out of his pocket and covertly passes it to you.
Everything has been prepared and preloaded according to your instructions. Should take about 2 minutes to transfer the data. Now get out of here.
The man walks away with an exaggerated hip-hop gait. You jump back into Hope's car and she immediately steps on the gas.
You got the phone. You're the best. Pass it to me, please.
She connects the two smartphones using a cable and begins some sort of data transfer. Looks like it's an identical model. After a minute or so, the process is complete.
All right. Goodbye, lovely. You've served me well.
Hope opens the car window, grabs her old phone. You're not expert enough to recognize the exact model, but it definitely looked like it had an $800 price slapped onto it, and tosses it out the window. Surprised, you look behind you and see a car in the opposite lane run over the abandoned device. Hope notices your quizzical look.
I've been needing a lot of burner phones lately. I'm not gonna use some cheap piece of shit, so it's a pretty expensive necessity.
I think. Yeah,
Nope,
no,
this is you.
this is me. Intersection, red light. She takes advantage of the moment to shoot the driving selfie that strategically excludes her face and upload it to Instagram. You notice her handle there is at Versace
It's not quite
Beauty.
Versace.
Yeah, Versace Beauty.
Sure. Now, I was telling you a story.
Bitcoin. I'm just getting a screenshot of this. Just gonna drop that in the Discord. Hold on. 1 second.
Right. At some point, towards the end of 2017, I became convinced I need to cash out. There was no way the bubble was going to last forever. I always knew there would be no grapes of wrath for the cryptocurrency era. It would have been a series of profoundly antisocial, disconnected events. The whole crypto culture was a decentralized church of lone millennials who rejected all established modern values and kept atoning for the original sin of not buying Bitcoin back in 2013.
Another abrupt last-second turn. You are pressed against the window. What the hell is it with her driving style?
A life you never wanted to live anyway and get a chance to win a priceless pile of nothing. Untether yourself from all worldly desires. Find joy in suicidal ideation. To this day, money holds no real value for me. It's as abstract as a video game score. A bunch of numbers on the screen. This joyless world changed me forever. I knew I had to escape.
Wealth haver.
So I took my...
Oh no, the microphone did not like whatever voice you were going for.
them.
Sweetie, you are in cutout mode. Though if she's deep in it, she probably can't hear me telling her she's in cutout mode. Oop, hello?
There we go. Okay.
Take that one from the top, please.
I'm back. So I took my piles of fictional dollars to a new arena, elite NYC social circles. Not because I want to scam them and make more, but because I want to finally have some goddamn fun. I mean, of course I had to scam them in the process, but it was only in service of becoming something more than a star. Constellation.
Another abrupt stop, this time to the next to the entrance of a shifty-looking back alley.
Alright, friend. This time, you're leaky gut syndrome. Whistleblower extraordinaire. Whenever a press sneak fuck wants a leak, you've got it. Got it? Sorry for putting you out there in my place, but I only personally contact people as a last resort. It gets harder to protect my identity each time I show my face. And since I've got you, our man is waiting for you in this back alley. He's paying back a favor with a flash drive containing crucial information we need to stay safe in this city. Retrieve it. I will circle the area, make sure we aren't in danger right now. When you're done, get back in here and I'll pick you up. Everything clear? Good.
You exit the car and see it drive away in a hurry, then head into the narrow passageway. Sure enough, there's a man waiting for you at the end of the back street, unshaven, wearing wrinkled clothes with a nervous eye tick. He looks even dodgier than the last guy you met. When you approach, he gives you a mean look. Will?
Oh,
Will Amungus, you are muted.
God is muted.
He could also be pissing.
God is not here right now.
Oh,
Well, Lauren, it's your time.
oh, what? Same voice, dude. You lost or
Yeah.
something?
I need help with my gut. I'm leaky gut syndrome. You said you got a little something that might interest me.
Of course. Straight to the point, aren't you? All right then.
Clumsily, he produces a USB stick from his front shirt pocket and holds it before your face. When you reach out to take it, he pulls his hand back and gives you a sly grin.
Getting all this data was risky, you know. Miss Montgomery is an unusually secretive person. Digging up dirt on her took more effort than I expected. Effort that should be rewarded, I think. The more you ask around about her, the more you expect a letter saying, "Give up your inquiries, which are completely useless," at your doorstep. Perhaps a tack to a severed cat head. You catch my drift? The secrecy surrounding her screams friends in high places. Brave new world order. Illuminati shit, you know? Makes me think I deserve some hazard pay.
We're in a background check on you. You're not some random schmuck off the street. No, you don't know what you're walking into when you took on this job. And if you really didn't, I doubt you're the kind of journalist who could gather intel worth shit. You're bluffing the hell out of him, unsure if it's going to work. It does. The man spits on the ground angrily and raises his hand in surrender.
Alright. I shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. My bad, okay?
He extends the hand holding the flash drive towards you again. You take it.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Not really sure what it's about, but one of my informants claims you might be interested in this.
He reaches into his inner jacket pocket and presents you with something wholly unexpected. It is a bag of blood, labeled simply as AB-RH. AB-RH negative. You take a closer look, but that doesn't answer any of the questions that just appeared in your mind. You peek into the journalist's cold blue eyes and see them twitch uncontrollably.
Don't ask me. They said you'll know what to do with it. Leaky gut. Come on, take it.
Drink his blood.
No!
Keep it. I have no idea who that informant is, but they've been feeding you bullshit, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Another eye twitches in an awkward silence. You give the blood bag one last glance and leave the alley the way you came. Hope's car approaches behind the corner just as you walk out onto the street. It doesn't even fully stop when you approach, but slows down just enough so that you can jump in. The moment you close the door, she leans into the gas pedal with her full strength, causing the engine to roar. Her driving style definitely doesn't reflect how laid back she seems as a person.
We've got it.
You throw the flash drive onto the seat next to her.
Perfect. Any problems? How did the meeting go?
You retail the entire back alley encounter to her. Towards the end of the story, you notice she's not staring at the road or her phone, but directly at your face. The realization startles you.
Hey, it's so good. She's so funny. You got that bag of blood with you?
Left it with him. Felt fishy somehow.
Anything particular about it?
Nothing. Just a label saying AB-RH negative. She steps on the brakes.
Hey, I know this one.
It's vulgar.
I know this one. I know none of that picked up. None of that picked up, did it?
We got a single.
No, oh my god, no, it physically refuses to get that one. Oh, you want car cat? Fuck! Oh no, it still won't get that either. Fuck. Okay, continue. I'm okay.
She grabs the flash drive you obtained and throws it out the window. Looks like that's her favorite method of taking care of problems.
The bag was a message. AB negative. Negative. Used to be my blood type. It's the rarest one, found in less than 1% of the United States population. Glad you didn't drink it. Who knows what they've done to that bag? Some NYC vets can tell you wild stories about using irradiated blood to locate and kill other kindred.
Seriously. Glad I didn't drink from him.
Better safe than sorry, yeah? Still, I wonder if they would have done anything to his blood. That would have been some kind of 5-dimensional chess move. But yeah, this contract is compromised and needs to be cut off. Goodbye, my journalist frenemy, and goodbye, dear leaky gut syndrome. You've both outlived your usefulness.
After a brief period of hesitation, she deletes the whistleblower extraordinaire account in size.
Another one bites the dust. I've got another story to finish. I was talking about Bitcoin, and then... where did I stop?
Becoming a constellation?
Oh, right. You know who saw the real face of this city? Anna Delvey. Never heard of her?
I'm sorry, Pio's comment of, did she just kill the headmate too? Did we fucking,
Yup.
did we take at Leaky Gut Syndrome out back and fucking stick a bag on him?
Yep. A Russian working-class girl born as Anna Sorokin, she moved to New York in 2013 and convinced everyone that she was this insanely rich trust fund kid, a wealthy German heiress.
Big stretch, sorry.
Stretch on your own time. Manhattan elites totally fell for it, and they bought it for years while she swindled them. She only got arrested in 2017 after having stolen almost $300,000. Sorokin created her Delvey persona out of thin air, convinced everyone that she was going to set up an art fund, and kept tasting all of life's finest pleasures while being basically broke. She even made up a fake family financial advisor, then killed him off when he became a liability. And apparently, most of her rich victims never admitted to being scammed out of shame.
By now you're sure, the way she scrutinizes her surroundings, her reckless driving, she's trying to escape somebody.
Now Delvey is locked up with murderers and Rikers, writing her memoirs, apparently picking a lot of fights. Bless her heart, she'll forever be an inspiration. But I have more advantages than she ever did. I have my own considerable funds, and I can rely on many more made-up people than just some old-ass financial advisor. A whole bunch of fake content creators and influencers that every rich dumbass wants to get in touch with and collaborate. Makes it super easy to earn more money than I invest.
Hey Will, you'd tell me if you were a vampire and you were one of 1,000 fake online accounts that she uses
For sure.
to catfish.
For sure.
Will, you would tell me, right?
Of course.
Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen it firsthand, both as a deceiver and the deceived. It's a city of illusions. Make non-existent money, come up with a fictional status, play nonsensical camarilla games. And one day, you might just find yourself at the top. Alright, we're reaching our last stop.
You look around. You're coming up on a parking garage.
You're going to take an elevator to the 70th floor. Give the masked man you meet in front of the door this memory card. It contains an, art house movie I've made.
This is the most I've ever seen you agonize over a choice.
No, I just realized it. I
Oh, yeah,
realized
it's a
it.
bit
so
of
funny.
I
decision
realized
paralysis.
everyone was dead quiet, and you can kind of hear the thing click as you scan. So I was just like,
Oh.
I'm just gonna make a bit out of this.
Pick a fucking answer, Becky.
My art house movie. You mean vampire movie?
Yes, a movie you've seen me rehearse in my haven. You didn't think I was just doing that for show, did you? I found some filthy rich Manhattan pervs who'll pay a fortune for a convincing vampire cam show. I don't need money, but their IT industry connections gave me an idea. When we give them this memory card, we'll get access to tech that should allow us to take on my biggest enemy in the city. So your nickname this time is going to be...
A crash. You are momentarily dazed and can't immediately understand what happened. The first thing you know for sure is, if you were still a normal human being, you would be dead. You replay the last few seconds in your head. The other car appeared out of nowhere and crashed into Hope's vehicle at the maximum speed it was able to achieve in this closed-off space. The driver has already managed to kick open the mangled door next to him and stumble out of his seat. Now he wordlessly approaches the trunk and takes a large caliber silenced pistol out of it.
Oh. This is a different question mark, to be clear.
Damn.
He starts approaching the lavender wreck of Hope's car, obviously ready to finish the job he started. You have to be fast and violent. It's you or him now. Your instincts take over. You don't come up with a strategy or an optimal route. You simply start running towards the gunman, yelling. For a split second, he is completely dumbfounded. Then he opens fire. The bullets hit you, but that doesn't stop you. You start running. The man pulls the trigger a few more times, to no avail. The expression on his face is priceless until you ram your fist straight through it. He falls to the ground. You get down on your knees and keep pounding him until he's been reduced to a bloody fucking pulp. You stand above the gunman's body, trying to calm yourself and your killer instincts. That's when you hear her voice.
Ugh.
Same but unironically. Hope slithers out of the car and sees you standing over your assailant.
Huh, you did pretty good.
She approaches the body of the driver you killed and kicks it so she can take a better look at it. Upon seeing the front of the corpse, she lets out an annoyed grunt.
Knew it would be this asshole. He's been following us all day, and I know just who he belongs to.
Even before she's done talking, she's already tried to reach someone through a video call. Eventually, she succeeds. You see a nonchalant woman in business casual on his smartphone screen.
I hate this woman so much.
Lauren,
Oh. Car Montgomery. How may I help you?
Kara!
Hope. Didn't expect you'd ever reach through this channel. How have you thought things through? Wait, did something happen?
Did something happen? Your fucking ghoul just tried to kill me, you crazy bitch! That's what fucking happened!
Calm yourself, for Christ's sakes. This is a baseless accusation.
I know he's from Double Spiral! He's been working at your motherfucking company!
Come on. You know I can't be held responsible for the independent actions of my subordinates. Why don't we just meet up and talk it over?
Hope disconnects the call and instantly blocks Kara from contacting her.
You corporate shithead! You make me sick!
Tired, she turns her gaze to the dead ghoul. What does it
Not
mean?
a hollaback girl. Hollaback woman. What does it
woman.
mean?
What
to
does
be a
it mean?
hollaback woman?
Christ.
Oh, alas, poor Yorick. 2 times I've been around that track.
I'll dispose of him. Help me put him in my car.
30 seconds later, his body is laying in the back seat of the lavender-colored wreck.
Okay, good.
You take a look at the scene of the carnage in front of you.
Every second we're here gets us closer to a serious masquerade violation. I'll have to exchange my... oh boy. Pomme d'Or worthy masterpiece for the goods some other time.
She gets behind the wheel and you follow her inside the car.
Me in my haven when I tell you it's safe. For now, I need to dump this asshole somewhere. Get my car fixed and plan our counterattack.
You guide Hope to your own haven. She drops you off, and before she leaves, she makes what's about to come perfectly clear.
If we want to survive in this city, Kara Montgomery needs to die.
She disappears into traffic, and you disappear into your place.
Cool.
A minion created by giving a bit of vampiric vitae. Sorry, I just realized I totally skipped. Ileana?
Ghoul. A minion created by giving a bit of vampiric... A minion created by giving a bit of vampiric vitae to a mortal without draining them of blood first. Which would create a vampire instead.
Bora bapi.
But a puppy?
Bapanar. I'm sorry.
Bapanada.
Bapanar.
There was one. There was only one voice that was the same.
No, I'm just.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I just see a minion created by giving a bit of vampiric vitae to a mortal without draining their blood first, and I'm like, Kevin.
Papaya.
Papaya. That's it. That's the fucking noise.
You did Bapanada, which is
I know.
fucking Hollow Knight.
And I did Boro Bapi.
Papoy.
Baboy.
Oh.
Baboy.
Wait.
Them little yellow fucks.
Oh.
Yeah, I know I said it, and then I realized that sounded really bad out of
No.
context.
Clip that.
No,
That's rough,
Chad,
buddy.
no.
Clip that.
Don't do that, Chad, please, no. Genuinely, yo, don't you fucking dare. Yo,
Blackmail.
Eleanor, I see your hand on the fucking button. Don't you fucking do it. That Turtle, I know it might seem funny. It's not! Using my full name. Look, sometimes you have to get the point across. Hold on a second.
Got your ass.
Oh,
Fucking
God
got
damn.
your ass.
Canceled. Canceled on Twitter. Canceled on Blue Sky. Canceled on Tumblr.com.
People get canceled on Blue Sky. I thought the whole
They
point
don't
is that you don't.
No, I can't
No,
even do that as a
butterfly.
joke. I started typing in a message for you can send like a chatter a warning. So I was going to send her a warning, but I can't do that. My brother was talking about trains.
Time
IDK
out.
what you said. That's fine. Actual time up, you need to like take a sec.
No, I was saying like time out them.
Oh, time them out. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Do it.
Okay.
And forever.
So we have a new night. We are still hungry. Don't want to do Faith and Mystery again. I'm so curious what's up with this fucking chud. That being said, I'm feeling a D'Angelo or a Tamika. Because we're also a little hungry. Because, Will, you said each of the Coterie members have like 4 parts to their quest?
I'm pretty sure 4, yeah.
Okay. It's like, because I want to do Tamika, just because I want to see the end of that plot, but also I'm worried that if I do it now, then, like, we won't have shit for Lauren to do later.
Well, yeah, we just give Lauren either the Tremere up there or whoever the sneaky thing is in the shadows on the left is.
That's
That is
true.
a quite sneaky individual right there. And I'm
I would say Lauren can be fucking Fat Tony over here.
I wasn't talking about Fat Tony.
Fucking.
Talk about the guy next to Fat Tony.
Fucking Assy to Jim.
We don't need Tony bombing Tony right now.
Tony.
The like 4th scary woman.
My man, Grizzle
Yeah,
McForeskin.
like
Your favorite
I got
archetype.
so many serious, scary women. I'm terrified.
As you leave your haven, a homeless man bumps into you. You turn after him, but he blends into the crowd before you can even get a good look at his face. Instinctively, you check your pocket. A note? Looking at Manhattan Bridge. Come over. D. Knowing there are only so many places with a good enough view of the Manhattan Bridge, you decide to check out the ones that aren't likely to be crowded at this time of night. It doesn't take long before you hit the jackpot, Jane's Carousel. As you are walking along the pier, you notice a lonely figure sitting on the bench, steel flask in hand, his legs up on the railing. Soon enough, you hear a familiar voice.
Everything turned to night, and as the final flickering rays of sunlight gave way to the kind nocturnal shadows, so did the last of the jabbering tourists give way to blessed silence.
Hold on a second. G, if you're still here long enough to hear my voice, to this day I regret the fact that when I was doing my thanks during the run and bun credits, I completely forgot to thank you because you did contribute multiple times, and I'm very grateful for that. Hi, bye.
We love you, G.
We will, I would say we'll defeat evil, but we're playing Vampire the Masquerade, so that means we're kind of,
We are the evil.
I mean, if you've got a tall enough building, I do have fortitude, so I can probably tank that shit.
And yet, I couldn't shake the feeling.
Pausing mid-sentence, he leans back over the bench backrest and looks straight at you. Upside down, his face looks even creepier than usual.
That I wasn't alone.
I have to ask, what is it with you and the narrating?
Takes the edge off. Just like this.
I see the illusion of choice. He takes a sip. I like to imagine if you ask about the flask, he's like, takes the edge off. Just like this, and he starts
Just like the
narrating.
narration.
Yeah, he takes a sip, then points the flask in your general direction.
Fancy a sip?
Sure, why not? You smell the contents of the flask and immediately recoil. Even if it wasn't for the nasty whiff of cheap booze, the underlying scent of the blood underneath isn't appetizing at all either. You know what? I'll pass.
You won't hear me complaining. Not about that, anyway. There's been another one. Killing, I mean. Down by the docks.
It's MMO? The blood? The graffiti?
Yep. It was a gal, all right. Victim sucked dry, same as before. Another sign on the wall, something about impending doom and oh lord, he coming. The particulars escape me. You know, that night I saw her, she looked so frail, so innocent. Deep inside, I was hoping she'd be spooked. Get out of town. That maybe, just maybe, that would be the end of it. But that's me, you know. Hopelessly optimistic.
Any idea why she's doing it?
Doesn't really matter at this point. Whether she's Kane's chosen or just a poor girl gone nuts after a botched embrace, one thing is painfully clear.
He gives you a look full of worry and sadness.
She ain't gonna stop.
He takes a swig, as if to punctuate the sentence.
So anyway, I've set up a meeting. Neutral ground, public space. Shouldn't get too ugly. Still, I was hoping you could tag along.
Okay, well, we meeting. He takes another compulsive swig.
Better strap in, because this one's a doozy.
Unless you want to introduce me to your parents, I can probably handle it. Come on, who is it?
Valerie.
Blood must be an amazing vintage, because you sound fucking hammered.
Hardy fucking har. Look, I know you two didn't exactly hit it off, but she's not as bad as you might think. I mean, in some respects, she's probably worse, but she can be reasoned with.
Once again, he goes in for the flask, but stops himself mid-motion. So, chat, is it pareidolia is the thing where you see faces when you shouldn't?
Paradolia?
Yeah. So this background is giving me crazy fucking pareidolia. You guys can't see the mouse, but look at like the center of the screen a little to the up and to the right. Does that not look like an eye in the clouds? And
Oh
then
yeah, no, it totally
if
does.
you
Yeah.
look down and to the left at the bench, does that not look like something about the bottom of the bench looks like a mouth? Like teeth.
Oh, I'm seeing it. The
And
eye is
then-
probably very intentional.
And then in that little like left patch of like red clouds in the top left, it's nowhere near as defined as the first one, but it also kind of looks like an eye. So I'm just seeing like bench mouth, eye up here, other eye up here.
I see it.
Once again, he goes for the flask, but stops himself mid-motion.
Look, the way I see it, we ain't got a choice. As much as I want to help Sana, she's clearly a few bats short of a belfry. More people are gonna die unless we do something about it.
You really think we can trust someone like Valerie? D'Angelo almost does a spit take.
Fuck no. But we can do business with her. I'm just worried that her asking price might be too steep for my liking. But then again, you don't always get what you want, huh?
Noticeably proud of his words of wisdom, he tries to top him off with one last swig. A single drop falls between his crooked teeth, and he looks at the empty flask with the utmost contempt.
Well, ain't that fucking poignant?
Muttering a curse under his breath, he makes a valiant effort to get up off the bench. As he staggers, struggling to remain upright, you offer your shoulder to lean on. He shoots you a smile that's as crooked as it is affectionate. Boy, howdy. Someone get a level to this man's mouth.
Hey, kid.
You meet his gaze, trying to look friendly rather than condescending.
You're alright.
And with that heartfelt moment, you bid adieu to the sprawling vista and make your way towards the bridge. Next stop, Manhattan. Entering the park from Midtown Manhattan, you promptly take a spot on one of the back alleys, not very deep into the park. Minutes pass. 5, 10, 15. You start to wonder if she's even going to show up. Suddenly, you hear a familiar voice, but with an unfamiliar tone. She almost sounds nice. Lauren, were you Valerie?
Oh, muted. Hello, Guinea.
And there she is, walking along the side of the fountain. She looks less out of place here than back at the junkie-infested hovel, but only by a slight margin. Something tells you there are only so many places she would feel at home, and probably not ones you would want to find yourself in.
Val?
She glances over at you, barely noticing your presence.
Sorry about last time. Nothing personal, you understand. When I get caught up in the moment, I can get a bit intense.
I can attest to that.
Can you two just get a room? Because the sexual tension is unbearable. D'Angelo gives you a pleading look. He clearly doesn't want to dwell on the subject.
You hear that, Guinea? Your friend has us all figured out.
She takes a step towards you. The smell of her perfume is overpowering.
Or maybe it's just jealousy. Although, I'd be careful if I were you. Last time we got close, it didn't exactly work out for you. Speaking of which, how's that neck doing?
Ma'am, I would like you to examine my haircut and then ask yourself that question again. It's fine. Barely felt it anyway. She can tell you're lying. You can tell she's enjoying herself.
I'm so glad. Now, let's get down to business.
We have a mutually beneficial proposition.
Does the pup speak for you, Guinea? Because I'm getting a weird sorcerer's apprentice vibe right now.
Give the kid a break, Val. We're here about Sana, the thin blood you're after. The girl's a threat. We need to find her. Figured we could do it faster if we work together.
Uh-huh. Keep going, honey, because I have a feeling there's a catch coming.
The catch is...
Awkward silence. It's not often you see him at a loss for words. Seeing him struggle, you decide to jump in. We want the girl to stay alive.
See, now that's a deal breaker right there, sugar. If you want me to even consider it, you'll have to sweeten the pot.
Once again, she turns to D'Angelo.
And I bet tall, dark, and handsome over here might have some ideas.
Really want to click on you on a cookie. I think she wants to get your hands on you. I think she wants to get her hands into your cookie jar. They both look at you, wide-eyed. Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, literally not, what are we talking about? D'Angelo rolls his eyes. Hard.
He wants a higher profile target to show off to the prince what a good little scourge she is. That all you care about nowadays, huh? Playing the game, climbing the ranks.
A smile creeps onto her lips. You can tell it's forced. D'Angelo definitely knows how to get under her skin.
That's my guinea. A big old brain and a heart to match.
I think it's Ginny. Once again, she turns to you.
I'm committed now.
It's fine.
I
He's
knew
getting
right
it.
away he'd try to help this girl. He does love him a damsel in distress.
Call him a guinea pig the way she wants to shove that man up her ass.
I hate you.
But you.
You're too funny. Go away.
Oh, yeah. But you. I'm still not sure what your angle is.
I don't have an ankle. Just seems like the right thing to do.
Oh, wow. Seriously? Guinea, you got yourself a live one. Good for you. So there. You know my terms. Contact me when you've made up your mind. Don't take too long, though. I'm a lucky girl. I might just find your little thin blood on my own. Still, I hope we can work together. We did make a good team back in the day, didn't we?
Slowly, seductively, she puts her arms around his shoulders. She glances over to you, clearly enjoying how awkward it makes you feel. D, once this meeting is over, you will have some explaining to do.
You hear that, Guinea? You're in some hot water now. Anyway,
Withdrawing from the strange half-embrace, she flicks D'Angelo's nose gently with her index finger. Almost instantly, she turns from flirtatious to dispassionate.
however this plays out, I have a feeling we'll meet again, sooner than later. Until then,
Without sparing you another glance, she disappears down an unlit park alley. D'Angelo watches it go. The look on his face, a mixture of longing and guilt, is borderline comical. Finally, he turns back towards you, as if breaking some spell he was under.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse.
Okay, I gotta ask, did you and she ever...
Nope, not going there. Val and I, we got some history. Some of it good, some of it bad. Let's leave it at that. And kid, don't be fooled. Val likes to play around, but she will rip your fucking guts out and stuff them up your ass if it means she can get what she wants. And right now,
She wants me. To give her Larson.
she wants me to give her Larson.
Wait, what does Larson have to do with any of this?
He doesn't. Not directly. It's just that he might have some less than admirable chapters in his biography. Might have done some pretty egregious shit. And Valerie knows a certain handsome someone might have evidence of said shit, which would allow her to bring him down. And bringing down a primogen, even one as lame as Larson, is a pretty big deal.
He squints, rubbing the bridge of his nose.
Fuck it. I'm heading back to the office. Need to put my feet up and get some blood flowing to the old noggin. You coming?
You nod. Why the hell not? Until you make your way towards Fifth Avenue. You've got a long way ahead of you and a lot of stuff to figure out. Although it's not your first visit, you still find it hard to navigate the dark, rust-ridden corners of the grain terminal. Luckily, this time you have someone who could probably do this blindfolded, so you just follow his lead. As you both climb the rickety stairs leading to the mezzanine, you suddenly notice light coming from D'Angelo's office. A quick look assures you that no, he did not, in fact, leave it on. You bust through the door like undead Tango and Hooch. It was a turn cash. You're ready to unleash unholy fury on the intruders. You half expect an Anarch death squad or an SI hunting party. Instead, you get Larson, who nearly falls out of the chair when you do bust in. Well, look who it is. Missed us already?
Hardly.
Seemingly both intrigued and irritated by the surprise visit, D'Angelo walks over to a cabinet and pulls out a fresh cigar.
May I ask what brings you, oh venerable primogen, to my humble abode?
He points at the tiny shadow cowering in the corner of the room. To your astonishment, it turns out to be a very familiar face.
Blood. No. Not again. Please.
The hell'd you find her?
Outside my front door. She must have heard of me, found out where I lived. It's not uncommon knowledge among the Duskborn. She probably figured I could help, but honestly, I have no idea what to do with her. I mean, I should turn her into the prince, but that's just another strike against my people. Then again, I can't just set her loose. Not after what she did. Fuck. D'Angelo, you can tell I'm desperate if my first instinct was to come to you.
No, Larson. I would attribute that decision to what's left of your common sense.
He leans over to you.
Hey, kid. I think we should call it a night. Just give me some time to talk to the girl. Maybe I'll get through to her somehow.
Sign. The sign. It's always there.
Though I ain't holding my breath.
Honestly, you're glad to leave him to it. Spending the night in a small room with a tiny serial killer somehow doesn't seem too appealing. Still, you're hoping D'Angelo will be alright. He's got some tough choices ahead of him.
Ooh.
I think it's Tamika time.
Tamika time!
Arr! Tamika.
Wounded War Song. It's been some time since what kindred historians will no doubt refer to as the Battle of the Cloister. Still no word from Tamika. Maybe it's time you drop by and see how she's doing. Immediately after you enter the park, you can tell that something is wrong. An odd silence hangs in the air, like the silence from a choking victim after the fight leaves them. It doesn't take you long to find Tamika. You see her in the distance, leaning against a tree. As you make your way towards her, she puts a finger to her lips. Only then do you notice the blood dripping from her side. You pick her up, let her lean on you. She looks at you, her eyes wide with fear and rage.
They're here. The Inquisition, they found us. Raoul, he threw them away, saved my ass. He's still out there. We need to go. We need to help him.
You're bleeding out. You're in no shape to mount a rescue.
Screw you.
A jolt of pain makes her almost bend in half.
Oof. I'm going.
You're barely standing. I won't let you get yourself killed.
I'm going. You want to stop me? Might as well kill me now.
Through sheer force of will, she manages to straighten herself up.
Let's fucking do this.
You head deeper into the park. Soon you stumble upon a set of innocuous barriers, service vehicles, black and yellow cautious tape, men in work suits that keep civilians out of a certain area. It's not at all difficult for a creature of the night to avoid these. You'd almost think that their presence here is accidental, but once you spot black vans deeper in, you get a foreboding
Vampiric
feeling. Tamika grabs your shoulder and squeezes hard.
Hold up. There.
You have to squint to see it. 2 SI scouts have taken tactical positions between the trees. There's no way in hell you'd have noticed them or hidden in time if Tamika hadn't alerted you. Body armor, camo, night vision goggles, rifles, and semi-auto shotguns. Some equipment you can't even name. These guys mean business.
There's time.
She's getting ready to just pounce on them. Consequences be damned. You need to think, and fast. Yelling at the top of your lungs, you rush at the men, forcing both of them to focus the fire on you. The first one falls before he's able to pull the trigger. The second one takes aim. Suddenly you realize you might have bitten off a bit more than you can chew. Reflexively, you squint, waiting for the bullets to tear through your flesh. To your surprise, no shots are fired. You open your eyes and see Tamika standing over your would-be assailant. She flicks her wrists, sprinkling the grass under her feet with the man's blood.
Don't steal my kills.
All things considered, she seems to be doing all right. You keep on moving. Tamika gestures at the nearest patch of trees.
Stick to the shadows. Take them one at a time.
Sound advice. You take it to heart as you move on towards Tamika's haven. It doesn't take long for you to run across some more of them. 3 operatives in full riot gear are running down a park alley, sweeping the area with barrel-mounted flashlights. Keeping very still and very quiet, you wait for them to approach. Tamika watches you from the bushes nearby, clearly waiting to follow your lead. Careful not to overplay your hand, you grab the first hunter as he's walking past and pull him into the bushes. Quietly, taking your time, you put pressure on his neck. A grisly snap lets you know that the deed is done. Jumping right back into action, you see that Tamika has already taken care of one of the remaining 2. The other one, however, has already spotted her. It's not looking good. You run at him, full speed. Just as he's about to open fire, you slam the gun out of his hand. A quick follow-up turns him into a blood sprinkler. You give Tamika an impish smile. She actually looks impressed.
Keep it up.
No time to savor your victory. A savage yell rings out from across the tree line. You know that voice. Raoul. Tamika throws herself towards where it came from. It's almost unbelievable how fast she moves, considering the state she's in. You're barely able to keep up. Mere seconds later, you find yourself under the cover of a rose bush, giving you a clear view of a nearby clearing. Off in the distance, you spot a group of gunmen converging. Slowly but surely, the circle of hunters close in on a lone figure struggling on the ground. The figure lets out a pained roar. Looking closely, you realize it's Raoul, caught in the same steel net you saw used against the scarred one. He struggles frantically, trying to break free. With each passing second, step by step, the operatives close in around him. Driven by instinct, Tamika jerks forward to save her brother. She stops herself at the last moment, as if reminded of your presence.
Okay. How do we do this?
I lack the ability to be fast and fierce. I don't think she'll like they're taking him alive. We'll find him. But, I'm not a fighty vampire. Look, they're taking him alive. We'll find him. We'll get him out. But right now, we don't stand a chance.
No. Too late. The scarred one.
She chokes up, swallowing the pain.
You saw what they did.
It's the best chance we've got. Raoul's a big boy. He can take it. You watch in silence as the operatives approach Raoul. He rides in his bonds like a wounded animal as they take to their cattle prods. Tamika watches it all in helpless silence. With each of her brother's yelps, you notice her twitch. You can't imagine how this must feel for her. Finally, the hunters manage to overpower Raoul. 3 of them grab the net and pull him away towards the parking lot. Once they are gone, you both emerge from hiding. You look over to see how she's holding up. Falling to her knees, Tamika lets out a yell unlike any you've ever heard. It's as if she's been possessed by some wailing spirit, a banshee screaming out into the sky. Her screams echo across the clearing until, finally, It all goes quiet, with tears streaming down her face as she looks up at you.
It's my fault! I put us in their sights! If it wasn't for me, he'd still...
Clenching a fist, she pounds the ground in frustration. It was his choice as well. He wasn't a child. He knew what could happen. She bows her head, pressing her chin into her chest. It's like she's processing what you just said, coming to terms with it. Finally, she looks up and gets back on her feet. She seems to have shattered despair, at least for the time being.
Let's get out of here.
Hastily, yet carefully, you make your way out of the park. You don't stop until you reach a nearby alleyway. There, in the relative safety of the surrounding darkness, you take a moment to rest. Leaning against the wall, Tamika presses her hand onto her wound. Fighting off the pain, she looks up at you.
Let's split up. Less attention. Hunters, spotters on the rooftops.
Okay, when will I hear from you?
Soon. Just need to catch my breath.
Knowing when it's time to fold, you nod and head towards the far end of the alley. After several steps, you look back to see how Tamika is doing. You smile, noting her absence. Having managed to... completed Tamika's questline. Having managed past a couple blocks without incident, you thank your lucky stars and blend into the nightly New York crowd. Hopefully, Tamika's made it as well. That's it?
He'll show up. She'll show up.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yippee! We did it!
We did one!
We did one!
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
I don't want to lean into... because we've done 2 for Hope. I kind of want to explore one of these freaks.
I'll be honest. Tamika's is kind of half-baked. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's...
Aw,
the
yeah.
Because I get that, like, they make her, like, she's a cool and stoic type, but it kind of robs her of a lot of personality. The rest of this game is pretty, like, spry, for lack of a better word. Yeah, she just doesn't quite have as much going on as everyone else. And, like, most of what she does have going on feels like it's Raoul, which means, like...
Yep.
Oh, I'm now realizing we have to
Like, turn
rest,
into
don't
a
we?
dog.
Fuck.
Hashtag my dog.
Fuck, there's nothing in the dictionary. Fuck. Fuck.
nothing-
Fuck.
fuck.
Fuck. Fuck. Ah,
Shit!
fuck.
What are we gonna do?
No dictionary. Ah!
Didn't even turn into a dog once.
Didn't even turn into a dog once. Not even once. Call him the once-ler. No, he's the twice-ler.
No.
You think Faith in Myth stops at 3?
I'm pretty sure it does, yeah.
I'm tempted to pull it just so that way we can get it done. Unless you guys, like, really want to do a different one.
I'm fine with it.
I'm chill.
Okay. Faith in Myth, Part 3. Benoit believes the time has come for you to meet Father Anthony. The holy man's presence terrifies you, but approaching the cathedral on the street makes you nervous. You've been here twice, and twice something bad has happened. Or almost happened, as in both cases you ran away. Benoit suggests it's time to stop running and experience faith head on. Perhaps he's right. Maybe it's cowardly to take refuge in rationalizations when you know what you felt, the holiness of the priest and your own damnation. Walking towards the door of the cathedral, you glance at the bench where you sat when you first met Benoit. He's been waiting for you, sitting and contemplating the cathedral's Gothic architecture. Are you sure we should be meeting here? Don't worry, we're not going inside. Benoit looks different than before. Intense. Certain. You've had some time to think about what we've spoken of before. Always come back to the same conclusion. No matter what has happened to me, God must be with me still. Like he's with everyone. You should be aware of hubris. It's the flip side of piety. Let's go see Father Anthony. It's best not to talk in the cathedral, so I arranged for us to see him at his home. I have a car nearby. This better be on the level, Benoit. Yeah, beyond that kind of tough talk, don't you think? You follow Benoit as he walks down the street until you come to his car, a surprisingly pedestrian family sedan. The essence of the masquerade is inconspicuousness. Nobody expects a vampire to drive a car like this. Benoit drives north towards Queens. During these moments, you feel most anonymous. Yeah, I read that right. Just another speck of dust in a vast machine where every action influences the whole in tiny ways. The one thing you've learned about the kindred is that they are not lacking in self-regard. The prince of the Camarilla city is said to rule the domain, yet how much do they really affect mortal affairs? If you ask a vampire, they'll say a lot. Perhaps that's what made Benoit turn inward, the futility of finding meaning in a secret, predatory existence. Benoit stops in front of a red brick row house, a little run down, but probably not cheap. Benoit notes your interest. Jose Anthony comes from an old New York family. He inherited the home. When I met him, I was suspicious, so I checked up on him. Despite the way he keeps putting you in dangerous situations, kindred paranoia seems to come naturally to Benoit. Perhaps that's something you can learn from him. He knows of vampires, right? Yes, he knows. He doesn't know everything I've told you, about Cain and the Fair City and so on, but he knows that we are no longer human. You follow Benoit to the stairs, looking around for any signs of an ambush. As you get to the door, the first signs of trepidation hit you. The discomfort, the pain that'll follow once you're inside. It feels like a physical thing, a burning sensation under your skin and your blood. You look to see how Benoit's taking it. He's smiling, eyes closed for a second before knocking on the door. Almost as if he's enjoying the sensation. The door opens and you see Father Anthony's kindly face. Your body feels as if it's in a vice. You haven't really been bothered by hot or cold since you were embraced, but now it feels like the surface of your skin is overwhelmed with sensation. The fear and terror are paralyzing. Kiss. You barely hear Benoit's whisper. Oop! You barely hear Benoit's whisper. So, who
Come
do
in,
we...
you two.
Okay.
It was me.
Ileana.
Come in, you two. I might not know much, but I know enough not to do this on the porch.
You force yourself to follow Father Anthony into the apartment, despite the splitting headache and rising panic. It's hard to take in your surroundings. Everything seems to vibrate, seeking to engulf you. Framed portraits on a mantelpiece, a cross on the wall, a living room with lots of books, many of them old.
I'm not sure I can offer you anything. You don't drink tea, I suppose?
No, we do not. If this is holiness, if this is holiness, why does it feel like pain?
Oh, my child. I understand that, thanks to your condition, you're under unusual stress.
Please, Father, you know this is difficult for us. You'll forgive me if I don't waste time. Father Anthony looks pained, whether because of the rudeness or out of sympathy for your condition, you can't tell. He motions for you to sit down, but you and Benoit are both too agitated to do so. You feel trapped like a moth being smeared against a burning light bulb. It's hard to look at Father Anthony, but you can't look at anything else either. Benoit is starting to look increasingly unhinged. His eyes look as if he's seeing into some divine beyond just outside the grasp of your senses. Now's the time, my friend. You have to decide if you're ready for salvation. To prove your faith by embracing the Father and letting his radiance envelop you. Please, Benoit, it hurts. You're damned, it's supposed to hurt. Just kneel and be blessed. As the burning pain racks your body, Benoit pushes you down to your knees. You don't resist, too consumed by the holy suffering inflicted on you. Startled, Father Anthony takes a step back.
Benoit, what are you doing?
It is time to be redeemed. For both of us. Benoit falls to his knees next to you, lifting his face in a full embrace of holy agony.
This is not right, Benoit. Everyone has a chance for salvation. I understand there's something in God's presence that burns you, but you can work through it. Please, Benoit. There are many paths to salvation, and we'll find yours. I won't hurt you and your friend.
Benoit moans in pain, stricken with grief and disbelief at Father Anthony's refusal. Please, Father, they don't believe, not truly. Father Anthony looks at you and seems to waver. Even his belief in salvation has limits. What the fuck? believe, Father. I just need to find the way. Your response makes Father Anthony steal his resolve. He is a man of grace, and he believes salvation extends to everyone, even vampires.
Benoit, your weakness blinds you. Sometimes a martyr succumbs to a special kind of vanity, where they imagine their pain is holiness. Yet our goal must always be to help our fellow men find the right path.
Benoit is still kneeling. He looks at Father Anthony in confusion and surprise. Please, forgive me, I don't know.
Shush, Benoit. We have time to talk. Meanwhile, I think it's better for your friend to leave. I can't claim to understand the effect I seem to have on your kind, but I'm not convinced it's all salutary.
Father Anthony looks at you kindly.
Go. I hope we can talk again someday. There is hope for everyone. Even you.
You're weeping, tears of blood staining your cheeks, staggering and stumbling. You retreat to the door, the distance between you and the Father already making it hurt less. You hear Benoit's whispered confessions behind you as you escape into the night. You're safe, but the implications of your experience are troubling. What does this mean? Whether practical or spiritual, it feels like you have to think about this for a long time. You're free to return to your haven, and there is a distinct temptation to keep the events of the night to yourself. Yet these events cannot be good for the masquerade. Ho 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 ho. Sometimes the right choice is to do nothing at all. You walk back to your haven alone as usual among the people who crowd the New York sidewalks even at night. Holiness hurts. That is the inescapable conclusion from what happened. Hard to say what words like salvation and damnation mean in modern nights, but the way you felt in Father Anthony's presence is an unavoidable fact. Father Anthony and his faith is the key. You could walk into a church and fondle a cross to your heart's content. None of that means anything. It's only in the presence of living faith that holiness becomes manifest. Perhaps one day you'll have the courage to go back to Father Anthony. Was that achievement really named The Faith and the Furious?
Yeah.
I don't think we should play this game anymore.
Anyway, I killed that priest for sure when I played.
Will, unfortunately for
you're
dealing...
I killed that man dead.
Well, unfortunately for you, not only are you dealing with a scum of the earth, kind of a lowly, muddled sign of the apocalypse, you're also dealing with a Golconda aspirant, baby. You're also dealing with a bad bitch who walks the golden path.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
And I'm gonna drag you up with me,
What?
baby.
I haven't seen any Kaidif in this game yet.
No.
Just wait for the real fun one, Will.
What?
Just you wait.
What?
Just wait. Been talking about some things with Lauren.
So religion only hurts if you have the thingy that makes you affected by religion, or if they're like
Well,
a priest.
there's an effect that certain mortals have called true faith.
And notably, it is not literally being a priest. You can be a priest and not possess true faith. It's described as it can be anyone from, like a Vatican bishop to like a child with like a superhero comic book. Anyone who like has faith and conviction strong enough in a thing. And like, I don't know if it needs to inherently be good, but I assume it does. Radiate an energy that repels vampires.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is not tied to any one specific religious belief. It's just, we're in New York City, baby.
Yep. True faith.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
Do we have dictionary?
Well, we aren't done. We have another half of the night.
Oh, that's right. We do that at the end.
Now the question is, do we do Whamgelo, Bamgelo, Hey There, D'Angelo? Do we do Her Master's Voice?
Ooh.
Do we finally meet fucking Russell Brand?
If we start doing the Tremere quest line, we're gonna miss out on some stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
I have to run to the restroom so fast. I'll be so right back.
I kind of want to do a nosy reporter.
You're obsessed with that guy.
Look at him. Are you not? That's fucking Rizzo foreskin.
Oh, whoa, no.
Oh my
He's
god.
great.
It's like, 'cause I want to finish out their quest lines just to make sure I have time. But like, sometimes these guys aren't on the map, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking hearing
say-
you like groan, dang it, when I didn't kill the guy well.
Yeah.
Just so
That's
you know,
so
chat, if and when the day comes where we play the next game in this series, I will not be the point of view vampire / narrator. Someone else will be.
Nope.
So, someone else will
I-
get to make the choices.
Ooh.
That's how we're doing that?
I didn't even think
I-
about that.
I kind of want to call dibs on the next game then, if that's the case.
Good to know. I don't know. I might want to mix up the cast, bring in some like new friends. Like, I still want to have Will, obviously, because he dragged me into this mess. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if I want to expand to be more than 4 people, because I don't want it to be too unruly, because it's like, typically most scenarios only have like 2 to 3 characters interacting, so it's like, I don't want people to come in to just kind of be left twiddling their thumbs for 3 hours. I don't know. 1 second. Yeah, let's do her master's voice. Kara wants to
In
meet.
which case,
Voices.
I'm gonna.
Oh.
Ooh. I was just gonna say, in which case, I'm gonna step away for a quick minute because.
Oh, yeah. Go piss, girl.
Yeah.
Hope decides you should see her alone, with an ace up your sleeve. When you reach the cafe, you're welcomed by the familiar face of the waiter who first let you inside. You exchange looks and nods. He hides his vape pen in a back pocket. Lauren, I think you were this guy?
Yeah.
Lauren was
She's
the waiter.
been
Yeah.
She's been expecting you. Something happened to her car, and she hasn't exactly left her room ever since.
I'm really digging the voice you're giving to the guy smoking his vape pen while working at the internet cafe.
So,
He has his,
I
he
really
has his
like,
phone in one hand and his vape in the other, and he talks like this in the back streets of New York, working.
I
At an
did
internet
think he
cafe.
was a Toreador ghoul at first, but I don't think that's who he is. But that was what I was thinking about.
Like, he's the most normal-looking guy of all time when it comes to non-vampire characters in this game. Everyone else is fucking coked out of their gourd.
I was thinking fancy restaurant waiter, but knowing Hope, it probably isn't.
Yeah. No, this guy's a fucking Starbucks barista.
Yeah.
True.
He scratches his head, shrugs, and gestures at you to follow him. It's the same route as before, first beyond the locked door at the end of the room with all the computers, then into an endless gray labyrinth. Finally, you reach a door that would look like any other to arraign the bystander. Of course, you now know that Hope's haven lies beyond it. The waiter bids you adieu with an exaggerated bow and starts walking back to the cafe. You enter the familiar room. This time, the lights are on inside. Or this time, the lights are on
Exaggerated.
inside.
Exaggerated bow. You know what? I'll take it.
Hope is inside, walking around nervously, overseeing every screen in sight. When she spots you, she wastes no time on introductions.
What does that even say?
I'm not okay at all.
You know what's funny? Just for us. Kara Montgomery. What do you know of her?
No.
You could have seen her in listicles such as Top 5 Badass Women in Tech 2018, 12 CEOs who spark innovation through empathy, or 20 entrepreneurs with mysterious ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
You don't get to voice your answer. The question was just a minor courtesy. She has a monologue to deliver, and she won't allow any interruptions.
20 years ago, she was a failed .com investor. Now she's CEO of Double Spiral, a brand management startup, working at the crossroads of big data and influencer culture.
The quotation marks are audible, dripping with venom.
Long story short, she spent years convincing her Camarilla contacts, as in out of touch old farts angry about smartphones, that Kindred can benefit from controlling the internet. Her IT ghouls have done a lot of research on deepfakes, AI, and machine learning. Her goal is the ability to generate thousands of believably human online accounts. Basically, an army of posters that could brute force anything into the mainstream discourse. The elders took a while to get the concept, but eventually, Kara got their blessing.
She is the pioneer of dead internet fact.
The thing is, she claims her tech is ready to be tested, but it needs one final component to work properly. And that's why
She pauses.
she proposed a truce.
Truce? What kind of truce?
This is a repeat.
Mhm.
I found out that actually this is based off of a real person,
Yeah, no,
so
I-
that's... Yeah. The become my friend, or face a violent death kind of truce. Not exactly fucking convincing, if you ask me. But, no matter how much I hate her guts, this is a blessing in disguise. Hear me out. She picked a public place in Manhattan. Neutral ground where we can meet without the fear that the other party might do something stupid and violate the masquerade. She wants to just talk. You will go there in my place and listen to her terms. We won't accept them, of course, especially not after she just tried to kill us. You will just steal her voice and walk away.
Wait, you're not going?
No, but there's a very good reason. Let me explain the plan.
You
Revenge
see,
porn.
there is. You see, there is only one way to even the odds. We have to hit Kara where it hurts, and she's only got one weak point: double spiral headquarters. Kara is the only person there with access to every room. The security is something she came up with herself, voice-based, but using using a different password phrase every time. That means just recording her talking is not enough if we want to get in. That's why I started selling illicit materials to people with access to advanced deepfake audio technology. I've got it right in this room. And now all I need is a sample base that will allow me to manufacture a bot that talks like her. To monitor data, I need to stay behind. Still, I think the plan is pretty simple. You talk to her while wearing a wire. I process the recording.
I process the recording.
That kind of like fits so well though.
I know, a little bit. Like, I can't deny. She'll be back, chat.
Revenge plotter is fucking hilarious.
No, I fucking love these names.
It's so good. Yeah, you kind of just turned into a fucking shitty bot and died.
I'm so sad we don't get dictionary definitions no more.
I know. I thought we were gonna get a
We're
true
too-
face.
We're too knowledgeable. We're too knowledgeable. now.
We know too much. We know far too
Big
much.
brain.
Will, I can't wait. I can't wait to start arguing with you. Correction.
Now,
I can't
what
wait.
could these two?
I can't wait for you to start arguing with me. I needed to make a
Yes,
correction.
there you go.
Maybe. Oh,
She died.
Yay.
Oh, she's back.
very
I'm back.
vampiric.
So, the joy of being me is the laptop doesn't work, my computer doesn't work, nothing works, but we're gonna keep going.
Oh, you ball.
Still, I think the plan is pretty simple. You talk to her while wearing a wire, I process the recordings here to steal her voice, and voila, she's wide open. Then we invade Double Spiral and destroy it from within. The evil is defeated. I become a part of your crew. Happy ending for everybody.
Holy
How does
shit.
that sound to you?
Xi was right. Defeat evil.
Yeah.
No giggles for that, Mimod?
Huh?
The evil is defeated. Xi was right. We're gonna defeat evil.
Oh shit, the evil is defeated.
Yeah. She wanted to talk to you. What makes you think she'll talk to me?
Yeah, she's too stuck up to talk to a total rando. But given any opportunity to get Sophie Langley's right hand on her side, she won't let it pass her by. And even if you weren't a minor celebrity in the city, I'm sure our connection would have been enough to hear you out.
Hope shakes her head and claps her hands. When she speaks up, she sounds different, more spaced out, stuttering.
All right, let me fix you up with the hardware.
She hands you a minuscule earpiece and starts attaching a small decorative pin to your clothes along with some masked wiring.
It's a directional microphone. I can clear up the audio later, but keep it pointed directly at Kara as much as possible. All right?
You put on the earpiece she gives you. It fits snugly deep inside your right ear.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
The hardware works flawlessly and the audio quality seems great. You give Hope an affirmative sign with your hand. With your head.
Beautiful. Kara designated the meeting place as the Vessel. You've heard about that place, right? It's right by the eastern end of the Lincoln Tunnel. A giant pile of staircases, basically impossible to miss. Manhattan's answer to the Eiffel Tower, or a gaudy monument to being only ever so slightly free, depending on who you ask. I'd drive you there, but my car is still in the shop. And I don't want to risk being spotted by Kara's people. And I need to process the voice data from here. Which means I have a perfectly acceptable number of excuses for not letting myself get anywhere close to that demonic old hag.
You involuntarily roll your eyes a little bit. Hope sits in front of her screen, pretending not to have noticed.
So, should we get this show on the road or what? Ready whenever you are.
No sense lingering here. You get back to the streets and find your car. Wrapping up this show as quickly as possible sounds like a good idea. Around 30 minutes later, you arrive in front of the Vessel. Hope's description, the giant pile of staircases. Oh, it's this thing! The fucking suicide helix.
The fucking the most insane bullshit you've ever seen in your life. I posted the picture in Flores
Yeah.
chamber, but
I was gonna say the fucking spike in the earth from oh god, what's the Russian game that H Bomber guy covered forever ago?
From Paralogic.
Yeah, Pathologic.
Oh.
Pathologic. It's
Pathologic.
Pathologic.
the fucking Dream Spire from Pathologic. Hope's description, the giant pile of staircases wasn't particularly helpful. From the distance, the building looks more like a giant honeycomb designed to swarm with tourist bees. At least during the day, that is. At the moment, the place is closed to general public. A few men who look vaguely threatening and out of place are making sure nobody unwanted gets in. However, you have no problem getting up the stairs. All it takes is an exchange of knowing glances with one of the guards. You are expected. A lone figure appears in your sight, waiting down at the streets of Manhattan. Staring down at. Jesus.
You know, city people often complain about being unable to see the starry skies. But I always thought the real tragedy was how they're unable to appreciate the man-made sea of lights that surrounds them. You can teach people a lot of things, but you can't teach them to see, huh?
You recognize the face from Hope's phone. Finally, you meet Kara Montgomery in the flesh. She turns to you, puts on a wide smile, and shakes your hand with a firm grip.
First, a representative of Sophie Langley. Now, representative of Hope. Not the way I developed my own career, but I gotta say, not many neonates get around the way you do. Oh,
Hope.
oh, and the earpiece.
Content's under pressure. Fuck. Okay. Hardy fucking har.
Hope speaks up in your ear for the first time, seething with contempt. Although Kara couldn't possibly have heard her, she immediately goes on to address her absence.
Can't say I expected her to actually arrive here with you or instead of you. On the other hand, I'm sure every single word I say will be instantly relayed to her.
You're
Not
gonna
doing
use
anything for that.
your most normal voice.
Whoa. I'm gonna use my most normal voice. And for the first time in forever, your empty blabbering will serve an actually useful cause.
Just bust out the fucking Barack Obama.
And for the first time in forever.
For the first time in forever.
So, let me make sure we cut out everyone but the middleman for a while, okay?
She takes out a phone and taps the touchscreen. In a few seconds, a barely perceptible buzzing sound in your ear disappears completely. You can't hear Hope anymore. It's probable she can't hear your voice right now, either. Words are fucking hard. It's probable she can't hear your voice right now, either, which means she must be busy raging and cursing out everything in her sight at the moment. This obviously wasn't something she expected to happen. Could it be that Kara saw through your plan? You'll have to play it cool and see what happens next.
Knowing Hope, you've probably heard whatever scraps can be Googled about me and a pile of insults for good measure. Obviously, I know everything there's to be known about you as well. XXX Becky XXX. I don't believe we have a need for formal introductions, but first off, let me apologize for the discomfort my former employee has caused you. I wasn't remotely aware of his planned actions against Hope. I fully condemn them. I'm glad to see you unharmed, and of course, applaud your swift disposal of the psycho. Langley chose you well.
Brief silence.
So let me cut to the chase here, and present myself the best way I know how, through my ideas. Who do you think has a monopoly on reality?
Not much for small talk, is she? Who do you think has a monopoly on reality? Corporations.
That's a fairly typical answer, very 21st century sounding. Have they succeeded in replacing the state here, though?
She signals to someone behind you. For a while, you've been watched by Kara's men who circled around the staircases, presumably her ghouls. One of them sets off downstairs.
You know, Bolivia just had a military coup. Hundreds of new accounts posting about nothing but Bolivian politics in English, set out to convince every random person online that the US wasn't to blame. Sloppy work, if you ask me. Now imagine this. A 17-year-old K-pop fan from Ohio, writing an entire thread about how her relatives in La Paz are actually glad the president is gone. A film reviewer with a side interest in politics selling you a CIA-approved narrative about Evo Morales. An approachable fitness guy explaining the situations to you in simple terms, just like it is.
An animated voice, expressive gestures, and steady eye contact. She taught herself how to project a good image, but isn't a natural yet. At times, it feels as if she is screaming at you to trust her.
It's not hard to emulate the masses. Reach out to one of those Eastern European troll farms and bang! A few hours later you have a clone army that will instantly voice their support for any cause. You will spread your message, but you won't foster a new culture that serves your goals. Won't masquerade your messaging as independent thought. For that, you need personalities, not the masses. But the ability to emulate personalities? A whole different ballgame. Not a craft, but an art. You need to understand your fabrication so deeply that you start to hate it, and then learn to love it. And, if you want to make a bunch of those personalities follow one agenda, you need a once-in-a-lifetime team to achieve that. A like-minded artistic collective, both ambitious and obedient.
Even though you can't hear Hope's voice in your ear right now, you could swear you hear her in Kara's speech. It's the exact same tone she was using when monologuing in the car. One of them must have been a big influence on the other, or perhaps they used to be in a position where they both shaped each other's personas. Hard to say. Only one thing is for sure. And that is, Hope must be absolutely furious right now. Is it possible that Kara knew about her plot? Fingers crossed she doesn't. I'm making a called shot right now that we're... There's no way that they would rip off
You don't think it's like the
right?
Bloodlines chick?
You don't think...
Yeah.
There's
It has
no...
to be.
There's no
It
way
has to
we're...
be.
I will fucking... Like, I will straight up
We saw them
negative
on the
review...
phone with each other.
No.
We're not... Okay, we're not doing Bloodlines?
No.
Okay,
I don't know if I trust that man.
My guess is that they're consanguineous.
We're not doing it's not the twins situation. No, not
That,
at all.
that would be an insane move to rip off, like, the most known plot twist in Vampire the Masquerade video games.
The state is satisfied when an account that went unused for 5 years suddenly starts yelling imperialist propaganda into the void. The aging corporations are too set in their ways. But imagine a fresh startup that enables the proliferation of ideas adjacent to the prince's plans for the future. Now, imagine it getting into bed with the biggest corporations and agencies. It's really sexy, isn't it? So many lives that could be improved, or even saved from the rapids of First Light. I have the infrastructure. I have the elder support. All I need now is a mastermind at the center of it all.
Hope.
Yes. Hope.
She looks down and takes in the scenery below for a while. Then she points at her t-shirt, one piece of clothing that clashes with the rest of her outfit.
You know, I'm a huge fan of punk. The leading idea of my company, Double Spiral, is to make everything I do a little bit punk. I'm all about clashing ideas. I'm all about disruption.
Do you think we can push her off the building? You blink a few times in quick succession. Oh God, you think to yourself. She's that kind of person. You saw a lot of them in your old life. Another deluded executive who thinks they're on a mission from higher powers. Insufferable during meetings. Possibly did ayahuasca and can't shut up about it. Always desperate to come off as cool. You collect yourself and escape from memory lane. Kara's starting to talk about hope, so you'd probably better listen.
To me, hope is as punk as it gets. A free spirit, fiercely independent, an eternal contrarian at odds with everything and everyone. Horse mode. Developing her talents just because she finds it joyful. But God, does this girl need guidance? Not putting her talents to better use, rotting away, posting inane bullshit all the time. What a waste. I have built an environment specifically to develop her talents and let her become indispensable to our society, but she rejects it because of some idiotic hang-ups. I don't expect you to change your mind about me just because I kept yapping and yapping. I just hope you'll keep my perspective in mind and serve as the voice of reason Hope really needs right now. Now that I've had my say, how about we put our girl back on?
She taps on her phone again. A quiet buzz reappears in your right ear. This is a better safe than sorry kind of thing, isn't it? There's no one listening in.
Maybe you're right, maybe not.
She's 100 years too early to even think of fuck. Why can't I say this word? She's
Horse
100
mode.
years too early to even think of accessing my car.
Look, I'm just glad it's not
She's-
only me.
She's bullshitting you. Don't sell her anything but bullshit in return.
Look who's back.
Don't worry, she should have heard everything. I just wanted to spare you an annoying commentary track while I introduce myself. Excuse me for a second.
One of Kara's guards approaches to show her something on his phone. Hope uses the distraction to get you up to speed on how things are on her side. Hate America.
Yeah, for a second there, I was about to rage that hag had gotten the better of us. But hey, go figure. She just wanted to take a piss in my Cheerios. The plan worked. I have a lot of data from her monologuing and some private sources, but the more we gather, the better. This display here says some more K letters could be useful. So don't beat yourself up about it if you fail. But if you could get her to repeat something with K in it, that might improve our deepfake voice.
Looks like Kara is done talking to the guard.
Sorry about that. Looks like I've got to attend a sudden meeting with a Google representative shortly. Yeah, Google.
Hope snorts.
Oh, not me.
No, but that was awesome.
Not bragging, though.
By the way, does anyone but Hope know about this little rendezvous? Your patron? Any other companion? Or maybe the Nosferatu?
Nobody. Just us. Should I have told anyone?
Maybe. Maybe not. It just says a lot about your personality, that's all. Anyway, no offense, but since Hope's not here, I really have to rush. Honestly, I feel a little insulted that she set up this meeting and didn't even bother to show up.
Insulted and suspicious, her tone. Insulted and suspicious, her tone of voice betrays her. She might have some good instincts. Too bad she didn't trust them here.
Still, out of respect for Langley, I decided to have this talk with you, to explain to you why I'm an asset to the Camarilla, and explain why the elders need Hope by my side.
Yeah, wow, there are barely any K's in her dialogue.
What the worm-brained hag here forgot to mention is that the elders don't give a shit about me.
Even if you don't see it my way now, I believe I've sown some seeds here that might sprout in the near future. Double Spiral looks out for people who look out for what the fuck? Double Spiral looks out for people who look out for it, is all I'm saying. But before I leave, there's one thing I really wish I knew. Back when I knew her, she was a different person, or different people, depending on how you look at it. Why does she fight against me so much? What's her motivation to resist so much?
What's her motivation? Good question. She never shared it with you.
Answer anything you want, but you better lie through your teeth. But A, you better lie through your teeth. B, get her to say V a few times if you can. It might improve a few shortcomings of our deepfake software.
Survival.
Spare me. If she just wanted to keep pulling through, she'd have a much better chance by my side. Pride or spite would be far more believable as an answer. Should have told me you either don't know or don't trust me.
Survival. V times 2. Good attempt, at least.
One of Kara's people erupts with a theatrical cough. Kara gestures at him to calm down.
I really need to go now. See you around, XXX Becky XXX.
She begins to walk down the stairs, surrounded by her guards. Once she's gone from before your eyes, Hope decides to summarize your mission.
Oh my god.
He's too funny.
This is awesome. Fuck. I feel like I should have something for this and I don't. Wow.
For the love of Christ, wish you could have kept her droning on for a little longer. Turns out the T letter could use some improvements as well. Not complaining though. You did good, and don't worry. The data I have should be more than enough to generate a convincing deepfake. I just need to put in some more work. So I guess I will get to that right away. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drop my hardware at your What? Enjoy the rest of your night. Drop my hardware at your haven when you get a chance. At your haven. God. I'll let you know when you're ready to hit Kara's base of operations. Pray for my success, sweetie, and I might be done soon. Maybe even tomorrow. And once we're done with her, we'll talk about how I can repay your generosity. Amen.
The connection drops. Looks like that's all for now. You gaze at the sea of lights around you for the last time and then start making your way back to street level. The dictionary.
No! Hey?
Oop. We're gonna save this for later. How do I fucking... Because we are 3 hours deep. And I, my friends, am feeling a little tired, a a little sleepy, a little eepy, honk shoe,
Whoa.
honk shoo, honk shoo. But make sure.
What?
Hello,
What
EBC.
have? I'm curious what the streamer has been hinting to you a little bit
Ooh.
during the stream.
I don't know what you could possibly be talking about.
Oh, have I just been cloud memoried?
No, because I didn't say forget. I was waiting for you to go. What are we talking about?
Damn. Wait, what?
What? Alrighty, folks. Yeah, I think. So what happens if I look up Vampire the Masquerade on Twitch?
Anyone masking their scrade? Who else upgrading their mask?
Well, there's someone playing Slime Rancher 2.
That's
We've
the
got
one.
We've got a zero viewer channel playing Bloodlines 2. We've got a guy playing Heroes of the Storm.
That's not it.
I don't think
That's
that's
not
it.
it.
That's not
What?
the one. Folks.
Jerusalem Storm?
It's got my baby boy in it, but that's not the one.
Oh, big fucking stretch.
Manduin?
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I get it. I get it. I'm not escaping the allegations. There's something about a little blonde, blue-eyed prince that just does it.
Shrimps
Oh.
24/7.
Don't worry, Lauren. There is now history about this.
You know what? Fuck it.
I have an issue.
I will send you all into Shrimps 24/7.
Are they
The
shrimping?
shrimps?
Who else up shrimping?
I do believe it's literally shrimp.
Who up shrimping 24/7?
Who up shrimping they dicks?
Hell yeah!
Chat, who up shrimping
God
they dicks?
damn.
Can I get an amen? Can I get
Oh.
an amen from dick shrimpers in
Can we get
chats?
Oh, dick shrimping.
Certified dick shrimping!
I mean, as long as we're not shrimp dicking.
What's wrong with shrimp dicking? Be nice to our
worry
shrimp
about it.
dickers in chat.
Oh God.
I'm a little insulted. Be kind. Rewind.
I don't think I will.
Shrimp dicks are nice. Exactly. Thank you,
Who
Dion.
else up crusting they station?
See, the problem is that you can't really defend shrimp dick people because then it sounds like you're projecting. Anyways, folks, next stream probably tomorrow evening. More Fire Emblem. You know how it is. We beat the Death Knight. We're having a good time. And then Thursday, the return of Dokapon Kingdom. I say the return. It didn't go away anywhere. Play more fucking Dokapon with Kessel. Be there or be gay. Or be both. But until then, thank you all so much for joining me. I have been April. She has been May. They have been Will, Lauren, and Ileana. You have all been incredible, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a good night, folks. Sending out raid.
Bye bye.
Ending stream.